Hey guys, what's up? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the show. We've got a lot to cover and we're going to try to cover it as quickly as possible. We don't have a super short show today, but we are going to limit it to about an hour. So make sure you get in here, hit that like button. Today, obviously, we're going to be talking about just more updates with the Trump assassination. There's been some unfolding information related to Secret Service. Also, apparently, there was some side plot that had nothing to do with the shooting on Saturday. But it turns out that there's some type of plot to assassinate Trump on behalf of the Iranians. So we're going to talk about that. Then there has been a whole lot of chatter about the RNC convention, from having Amber Rose speak to it, from having prayers in other languages, to the VP announcement. We've got a lot to cover there. We're also going to talk about the VP that was announced on yesterday, I think it was on Monday. President Trump announced that he has selected JD Vance as his running mate. I read his entire book in 24 hours for you guys because I'm sure, like many of you, you didn't really know much about JD Vance. I didn't know much about JD Vance, and I read the book. I didn't watch the movie. I didn't read any headlines about him. I did go back and watch some very old interviews, and I have some interesting stuff to share about that. Just some very preliminary thoughts, because as you know, things can change. And we're very open to criticizing people as we go around here. So you guys know the drill. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you go grab a snack, grab a drink, do what you do, and the show starts right now.
You are now tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Sunni and Mo.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, Don on the beat.
Hey, I got so many ops.
Everywhere I go, I
got so many ops.
so many ops.
I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many glocks. Hey, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ops.
You know, we gonna have to start this off on a bad note, okay? Because here Marlandon is talking all kinds of mess in our comments section, talking about, of course, Mo is to blame for being late. Why? Because I'm Latina and we're always late. I'm to blame for all the problems on the show. That's a story for another day. And now you're saying you're talking shit about me. All right.
That was such a code. Latinos ain't known for being late.
Yes,
That's
we
black
are
people.
actually. No. Let me tell you something. Hispanic people, we are right there with you on the time frames. Okay. Number one, because we know damn well nothing pops off on time. Okay. The party, we get there when the party has marinated a little bit. Okay. So I just want to say that.
Yeah, they don't want to do no cleanup. They don't want to do no prepping. That's what that is. That's what it is. That's why most people come late. I ain't trying to set nothing up.
No. Latinos do all the cooking and all the prepping. You know what? Let me just tell you guys, pay attention, okay? Because this is about as nice as you're going to see me and Sunni be to each other.
We're not going to be nice to each other today.
If you guys love those shows where we fight, stay tuned, because this might be one of them. We've had very minimal conversation over the past couple of days since the Trump shooting. And I mean, we did talk a little bit, but we were just like, let's not talk too much. Let's make it fresh.
About the topics.
Yeah, we just talked about the topics, but we definitely are not going to see 100% eye to eye on a lot of these things. So I'm excited. Are you excited?
I am. Listen, I put on the armor of the Lord today because everybody's been attacking me. God got me. Okay. I don't need none of y'all to have me. Jesus got my back. Okay. So I'm coming up in here ready for war, man. I was on a rampage earlier. I have been on 10 since I woke up, and this is no lie, I had over 2,000 notifications on my phone from these two posts.
From what two posts?
2,000. From the Shake post and the Amber Rose post and the other one, the Trump ones I did. Those are still going. I don't care about those, right?
Right.
I'm looking at the ones where people are they're just after me, dog. I'm like, damn.
But you love that. Sunni, you live for that. You love
I do love it.
You.
But it's still like, damn, bro. Like, is it for real? Is it that deep? Do we have to go here? You know how many times I've been called a liberal? I'm like, Do you know who the fuck I am? Liberal where?
A liberal? That's
I'm a
a
liberal.
stretch.
That's a
That's a
stretch, right?
stretch.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, where should we start? Like,
But
should
we
we
have to start
warm
with the
up?
most important topic,
Which
which is the
is
assassination. It is.
okay.
I don't think
Yeah,
people
it
should
is.
let that conversation die. I think
Yeah.
we need to continue to have that. And then we can, of course, get into like the RNC, the shenanigans of that. But
Okay.
the Trump assassination.
Okay. Well, okay, so I'm sure there's not a single soul in the world who has not heard about the Trump or seen the Trump assassination because they have played it on every news channel. It was like every single post the day that it
Yeah.
happened on my social media. It was crazy wild. I went through every emotion possible, and I know Suni did a 5-hour live like almost immediately, which was great because you guys were able to have like, you know, live update discussion with her, and you guys were kind of
Yeah.
unfolding with each other as everything was kind of coming out.
Yeah.
I popped in a few times, but I purposely stayed away because I this time wanted to take a step back and just be a spectator for a
Mm.
second and not a scroller. So I literally was like, I was at dinner and then I was like sitting down watching CNN, NBC, CBS, Fox News, YouTube, Suni's live, Tatum's live, Candace's live. Like I was just like immersing
Bouncing
myself
everywhere.
on Twitter. I was like bouncing everywhere because I was like, okay, I want to have like the full experience of like what this is.
Yeah.
And it was sad. It was very, very sad that that happened for the whole nation. And I do want to say that if that would have been President Biden up there, it would have been equally as sad. I want to say that. Okay. It's an indication of where our country is at.
Yeah.
And again, it doesn't matter who is up on that stage, but um to see the reactions from some people on both sides
Mm.
was crazy to me because there were people on our side that were like, the plan people, this is a distraction people,
Yeah.
Trump set this up, Biden set this up, all kinds of stuff. And I understand that. I understand that people go through those thoughts and like they want to find the answers, but then at the same time, I was like, had this not been a presidential shooting, had this just been a shooting, let's say in Chicago, our side would have been like, hey guys, let's not rush to judgment, like let's wait for the police and body cam to come out
Yeah.
because we can't judge this situation off of a,
Right.
a, a video clip, right? Which is very true. So that's kind of why I wanted to handle it this way. But I think as far as the Secret Service goes, the team that he had on the ground, regardless of the fact that there were 3 women there and, one of them looked like she had it together, the other 2 kinda looked a little scatterbrained. Um, I think his team on the ground that was with him on stage did as good of a job as I think they could have done. Now, I'm not a Secret Service person. I don't know what their protocol is. I have been listening to some experts in that area kind of talk about it, and they said those guys did a pretty okay job. Um, as far as the team that was in charge of, mapping out the area and ensuring everything was secure, I still have no idea what happened there, but we do have an update on the director Cheadle, what she has said now about the situation. So we'll give you that. Um, I am incredibly sad for the family of the man who was killed in the stands. That was very traumatic, not just for his family because they were there. He dove on top of them to save them, but for the people around that rendered aid, which I think, to see people come together like that in an instant was a beautiful thing to watch. The circumstances were terrible. Um, and and Suni laughed at me, but I was, emotional when I saw Trump like stand up and, he was like, he put his fist in there. I thought that was just iconic. I thought it was strong. I thought it was badass that he did that. And I'm glad he did. And I think it shows that Trump understands the power of his words and his actions a little better than he did on January 6th, because I think he wanted to do that because had Secret Service picked him up off the ground and rushed him out off of his feet, the way some people are like, they should have swept him off his feet and carried him out of there. Nobody would have known, is he okay? Was the injury very serious? Nobody would have known that. And there would have been so much speculation, and who knows what would have happened. But thankfully, he stood up. He told everybody, I'm okay, fight. And I don't think he meant physically, like start fighting people. I think he meant keep fighting for what we're trying to do here. But I'm okay. And it just lended to the fact that I feel like Trump is the right guy for the job. He's the right guy for the job, and I support him now more than ever. So that's my thoughts.
Okay, I didn't realize if I was unmuted or not. I mean, everyone's heard my thoughts. I feel like I'm just gonna rehash what I already said. It was a emotional day. I'm glad that I was sitting right in front of the TV watching this as it played out, and I was live, so everybody got to see a raw reaction. And we came over here, like you said, and we just kind of sifted through the information that was coming out. And I think I'm coming to the same conclusion that you and so many other Americans are coming to, which is what happened with the logistics of this. How is there an open space? You know, there's this right here is a video that I'm playing in the background. It took almost 2 minutes for them to react to being told that there was someone on the roof.
Yeah.
Prior to that, law enforcement is reporting that they knew 30 minutes before that somebody was suspicious on the grounds, and he was leaving and coming back with a backpack. They called it in. They called in the suspicious person. So I don't really have anything to say about the shooter. You know, I know his political affiliation is a topic for a lot of people. I don't care. I think that's a distraction. I don't think any of that matters, because the act that he did that day was evil and depraved. And that's the only thing that we should remember of him, is that he was evil and depraved. I think we should be honest about the rhetoric around Donald Trump and Trump supporters. We have been labeled domestic terrorists. There's nothing that you can do to get away from that. It's been on the media for 8 years straight. Hillary Clinton referred to us as deplorable. Those are terms that you set against people. You do this. Trump is is adjacent to Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini. You're going to get people agitated and worked up in this country. So it's a multifaceted issue. But at the core, I think we should be looking at Secret Service.
Yeah. This
How
was
did
their
this happen?
responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not talking about the people that showed up there that were there, right? Because those people are designated to be here for a specific reason. There's planning. And I know you had mentioned, I think I have a statement from Kimberly Cheadle, who is a director. She went through how they set up for this, and it's almost as if like she's defending the method in which they went to go set this whole thing up. So my issue is not with the people who were there. They did their job. The president, former president, is not dead. They did their best to secure him. My issue is with the top. Why was this not properly planned? Why weren't there snipers on a higher advantage? Because I know there's a water tower around there. Why didn't you have snipers there? Why do we only see 2 snipers? How many snipers were even at this event? Because we don't see any other ones. We just see a bunch of Secret Service officers on the ground and 2 snipers. Why was there not more protection? That's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm coming to at this point.
And I also wanted to point out, both Suni and I have been in the presence of Trump. Suni's actually been right behind him.
I've been right behind the dude. Yeah.
So we both know what it looks like at a Trump event normally. And I'm talking post-president.
Yeah.
And I was, after he was president, after the Biden took the office, I was at one, and then a rally. And the amount of Secret Service, and I know you guys have heard this from other people who have also been around Trump, is insane. Okay. I covered as press at CPAC. Okay. And when Trump came up on stage, we each had to go one by one. We each got to go one by one up to the stage, but you had like a limited amount of time. There was like at least 6, 7, 8 around me, and then just scattered around the stage, on the side of the stage, in the back of the room. And then you've got to get out of there. Okay. For every other speaker at CPAC, you could be in the aisles, you could be walking up to the stage. When Trump was up there, it was very, very controlled and
Yeah.
heavily. I mean, everybody's armed. There is people in every which direction. There's people making sure nobody's in the hallways, looking kind of weird, wandering around because it's a hotel, so we
Yep.
can tell you from a perspective of being behind. You have a
Yeah.
great view
There's
from
Secret
there.
Service everywhere, dude. Even when you're going back um on the stage behind him on the podium, there's Secret Service everywhere. There were 2 Secret Service agents behind us, 2 in the front, a bunch on the perimeter. Not the perimeter, but the beginning of the stage where there's a
Yeah.
little fence. There's
Yeah.
Secret Service lined up there. There were snipers in the cricket arena.
Yeah.
I couldn't point all of them out,
Yeah.
and it's so bright you can't really see. But as far as I can see, there's Secret Service everywhere.
Everywhere.
We went through metal detectors. You are not getting in the building if there's anything on you. You couldn't even
Yep.
take a bag in. I remember we had to get rid of our bags. We weren't allowed to take bags in. There was a lot of restrictions
Yeah.
being anywhere near the president. A
Mhm.
whole lot of restrictions. So, and I think because we've had this shared experience of going to a Trump rally, you kind of know what to expect. This is odd.
Mhm.
This is odd.
Yeah.
I've never been to a Trump rally that's outside. Every rally I've been to has been indoors. So
Oh, I thought
even
yours
this
was
right
outside.
here, no, mine was inside the cricket arena.
Oh, okay.
Even this being outdoors and them not covering all bases is weird, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And
It's
for it
odd.
to like to give you guys the extent to which like Secret Service would go on an outside venue, like if a tree blocked their line of sight for something, they would have the tree chopped down. Okay. Like that's just how it works. Now, we've all seen the aerial view of this. And I don't know if you have it readily available, but if you don't, it's fine. But we've all seen the aerial view of this. So it's like a very large field, and then there was like the buildings around or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so like that makes it even more of like a crazy scenario that they did not see this guy. And now the Secret Service director is blaming it on a slope roof. So she's saying
Yep.
because it was a slope roof,
Yep.
the guy was on this side that they didn't see him. But that still does not excuse the fact
Right.
that there were so many spectators. We're now learning that there was like a phone call that was made 30 minutes before
Yep.
that were screaming, "There's a guy on the roof."
Yep.
So,
They were
like,
screaming it.
yeah.
We have a few. I mean, this video playing behind us right here is actually, let me turn the sound on.
Okay.
This video playing behind us is a compilation of all the videos put together in a timeline. So the clock that you see at the bottom is how long it took from when, I guess, the first American or one of the first people who caught it on camera to alert police and people around them.
Mhm.
4 minutes. Damn near 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Let me
And
pull
we're
this
not
up. I have
talking
so
like
many tabs
crazy
open.
tall buildings. There was a former Secret Service guy who said even everything that we've learned now up until this point, he's like, we would have gone to the business that you saw that guy on the roof of, right? And we would
Mm-hmm.
have said, "Hey, can we have a guy on top of the roof?" And if they said no, then we would say, "Hey, well then can we have a guy around your building to make sure that nobody's walking around the building that doesn't need to be there?" There was
Yep.
zero people watching that
Mm-hmm.
building.
Zero. Here, I'll
And
play
tell me
the
how he
video.
got in there with a ladder, okay? Tell me how.
See that story is even changing. I haven't been using the media. That's one thing. That was a piece of advice that I got from Kyle because we were talking about
Mhm.
this. And I wish you would have been there. I put one of our what do you call it? One of our sessions where we're just exchanging ideas. Sometimes we get
Mhm.
into these debates. I put it
Mhm.
online for people to hear. And he said, "Don't read the news. Look at what people are putting on social media. Look at the videos for yourself. Piece the videos together for yourself. and come up with a fresh, original perspective. And I actually did that. I took a bunch of notes that night, went through every single piece of video that I could find, and I also looked into the director, Kathy Cheadle, and I find her background to be interesting. 27 years of experience in this field, working within the White House and outside of the White House, winning several awards for her leadership abilities. And then her take on, she's a big DEI woman. She wants to hire 30% females for this position.
Yeah.
All to me, all of that plays into how did they drop the ball. But here's the video. I want you guys to look at this video. This is crazy.
If he was doing this job, I wouldn't even be doing this. It's a beautiful place.
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, see him? He's laying down. See him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And so I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a senator.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's
There he
not
is.
easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people.
Insane.
Criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here. And it's much tougher than if it happened. We have the strongest border ever. In recorded history, we had the best border. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they can do it. Do you guys have access to that chart that I love so much? You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring. I try and explain that. Oh, there's it. Wow. You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to see something to say,
I hope he's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
We got breaking news. Coming in. Shots fired. Seems to be shots fired at the Trump rally. Are you okay? I need to go live right now. We are live right now at the Trump rally. We don't know if President Trump has been shot. We know he hit the ground. We do not know if President Trump has been shot. He's up. He's up. Shots are still continuing to be fired. He's giving a thumbs up, everybody. He's giving a thumbs up. Breaking news right now. This is Vanessa Broussard reporting to you live from Butler, Pennsylvania. We hear shots fired at
That to me is disturbing. To hear all those people like to hear all those people, they sound, I can't imagine how helpless I would sound. But you know what popped up in my head, Mo? Is we are such a Second Amendment type of people. Why didn't anybody, this is outside, and this was
Yeah, the people
outside.
outside.
This was outside of the actual Trump rally. Why didn't one of y'all pull your guns out and go pew pew? He's up there
Yeah.
with the gun.
Yeah. You know, I thought about that too. And it's funny because somebody was like, oh, you know, I had called it. I said the Democrats are going to be like gun control. And of course, that's what they
Yeah.
did, you know. And I was like, hell no. Even after this, I'm still pro everybody should have a gun because stuff like this can be handled. Okay. Now it's up to you, right? The law might say you're going to jail if you shoot this guy. And maybe he was just up there trying to get, you know, you don't know what he's doing. That's up to
Yeah.
you. Okay. But everybody should have a gun. Regardless of that, it's the Secret Service's job. And if you're in a state that is pro gun, then don't have it outside. Have it in a venue where you can control the rules. But you had it outside. You know, second of all, I had heard that Trump had never shown slides at his rallies prior to this. This was the first time. The guy that put this slide together, Trump loved it. And he was like, do you mind if I use this at my next rally that I'm going to have? He had never done that. And that was just, to me, miraculous, right? That there was like all these, you know, little events, the turn and, you know, whatever, that just changed the course of events for that day. So
yeah, man.
If we say God, right? Like if we say God had Trump, you know, somehow in his arms in that moment, then there had to be a reason for things to unfold on the other side the way they did also. I don't know what that is, though. I don't know what that is. Like, you know, for the fact that the people were screaming and saying this guy's up there and nobody's paying attention.
Yeah.
You know, I guess we can't really, like Heather said, we can't believe in divine intervention on one side and not on the other.
I had that thought, but then that thought went away really quick.
Why?
Because I'm not a person that likes to say this is God is the author of this, because I do think that there are different, there's a good force and a bad force at work here. I think the man turned his head at the right time and he was spared. Is that God? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
nobody
know.
Really knows.
And
Nobody
I'm
really
not willing
knows,
to even
right?
put it out there. I don't know. That could have been Satan for all we know. I don't know.
Yeah. No, listen, nobody knows, right? But like,
Yeah.
I think as a human being, you have to try to find some type of like rationalization, and people who are believers are going to be like, that has to be God, because, you know, the circumstances are just so incredible, that all he walked away with was, you know, basically a small wound on his ear, when that could have been so much worse. But, you know, and obviously God gives us choice, you know, as human beings, and that young man made a choice, and the people that were screaming, regardless of how loud they screamed, it didn't do anything. It was all very odd.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I don't know, but I think we should hold on. I'm sorry. 1 second, y'all.
That's okay. I'm going to read really quick here the latest updates. So like I said, she gave a bizarre reason why an agent wasn't on the roof, or the gunman Thomas Crook opened fired on Trump, and she is being asked to resign. No word whether she's taking anybody up on that offer. But here's what the article says. It says, embattled Secret Service head Kimberly Cheadle has revealed the fateful and bizarre reason why her agency failed to put an agent on the roof, gunman Thomas Matthew Crooks, who used to carry out an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Crooks, who is facing calls to resign over, Cheadle, who is facing calls to resign over the massive security failure, said Secret Service officials planning security for Trump's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, considered the warehouse 147 yards away from where Trump spoke to be a risky position for stationing an agent. Chilling new details have revealed that a team of local police snipers were inside the building when the 20-year-old Crooks opened fire. shot Trump in the ear and killed a member of a rally in his crowd and injured 2 others. Crook managed to evade cops and Secret Service 3 times, even though
Yep.
he had been deemed suspicious and could have been on the roof for up to 30 minutes before he actually pulled the trigger. Witnesses begged law enforcement, as we saw in the video, to act when they saw him clambering onto the roof with his AR-style rifle. But the lapse in security meant he was able to carry out his bid to take the 45th president's life. The mistake that led Trump being inches away from being killed sparked calls for Cheadle to step down, but she has refused and is now giving a baffling explanation as to why there wasn't a presence on the roof that had a clear line of sight to Trump. That building in particular has a slope on the roof at its highest point. And so, there's a safety factor that would be considered there, that we wouldn't want to put somebody up on a slope roof. And so, the decision was made to secure the building. First of all, 101, when somebody says, they're bullshitting you, because
Yep.
you have to say, no, I don't know. You tell me. No, don't say I know, because you're asking me to assume what you're thinking. So no, I don't know. What transpired instead was a security nightmare. Thomas Matthew Crooks was able to scale the building and secure his position, while law enforcement struggled to locate him, even amid pressing warnings from members of the Trump crowd. But there wasn't sufficient time to act on the tips. The shooter was identified as a potential person of suspicion, Cheadle said. Unfortunately, with the rapid succession of how things unfolded, by the time that individual was eventually located, they were on the rooftop and were able to fire off at the former president. Unbelievable. Like, forget asking her to resign. She should be fired. Alejandro, whatever your name is, Mayorkas, fire her. And if you won't fire her, then you need to go.
Yep.
Anyways.
Failure. That's why I said I'm not blaming the people that were there. They did their job that day. I'm blaming the top. And the reason that I'm blaming the top is because there are so many former Secret Service agents speaking out. Dan Bongino is an amazing resource for this, guys. If you want to know someone who has firsthand experience, I've been following everything he's been saying. And he even says, what the fuck happened? Because right now, this looks like an inside job, and it looks like you guys did not cover all your bases, nor did you care to.
Yeah.
All the crazy stuff that's coming out. Both agencies are pointing fingers at each other.
Yeah.
It's wild. But this guy had a really interesting perspective on being a sniper. I liked what he had to say.
Yo, good morning. I keep getting asked about this, so I'm just going to let you know my opinion. I am talking about the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. And I know everyone's going to have some crazy opinion. Everyone's going to have a different opinion. It's going to be very wild for the next little while. But just if you don't know me or are new to this page, I spent just about 17 years in the military, just about 14 of which were at Tier 1 Special Operations Unit called JTF-2. Our sniper team has the world record for the longest confirmed sniper kill. And a huge part of our job while I was there and while I was a sniper was doing close protection for VIPs up to and including the Prime Minister when he would go to dangerous countries like Iraq or Afghanistan. We would be in charge of that security. So I'm very familiar with the layout of these types of things and what the jobs should be. And yesterday, what happened, I have no doubts in my mind that the shooter had help from somewhere within an agency, an organization, or the government. The second I saw that aerial photo of what they were saying happened, it immediately made no sense to me. You cannot, in broad daylight, get onto a rooftop within, it looked like maybe a couple hundred yards, if that. You can't get into that position with a gun when there's a president speaking. It cannot be done. It's not like you don't even need to be a sniper to know that it's the most fucking obvious thing, an obvious place in the whole world. You could be a 7th grader, like, what do we need to do for security here? Well, let's look at these rooftops that are almost within zeroing range of a rifle. So it's something happened, and I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. It's too obvious that this guy had help getting there. So whether it's someone turned a blind eye or it was strategically planned, I mean, it had to be planned to a certain level because
I agree with him.
Yeah.
He didn't post the whole video, but it's just sus, y'all. It's sus. It's weird. It was a very dark day in history. And I don't think many people are thinking of it that way because of how I said this on one of my lives. I had went live in the middle of the night and I just started crying, bro.
On the
And the
live?
day felt so, yeah. I was just talking. I think Fam was there. I think Jax was there. It was late night. There was nobody
You were,
up. There's like 5 people
exhausted.
watching. And I was just like, I had finished reading the comments. I had finished looking at different people talk. And the whole day had just like smacked me in the face because of how desensitized we are to shootings and shit like this. We just moved on like it was a regular day. And we have so many red flags all over this thing.
Yeah.
Steven Crowder just put this out not even an hour ago. He's got terrifying evidence that says something. So this is what he said. Mug Club Undercover has received terrifying tip regarding the assassination on President Trump. We are communicating with law enforcement as we attempt to corroborate. I think this is going to be a huge conspiracy theory until the day we die. I don't think there will ever be answers, and the people who attempted to do this will never be brought to justice. That is what I think wholeheartedly.
Yeah. I told Sudi, I really don't care about the investigation that's going on about the shooter. I don't care. I'm glad he's dead. I saw that he has 2 parents that are social workers. I mean, big freaking surprise. I'm not so sure that he's actually a male. I told Sudi he's got a little too much arch in his back on that roof. For me, he could be trans for all we know. I don't know. I don't care how he voted. I don't care how he parted his hair. I don't care what type of gun he had. I don't give a damn what the manifesto says. I don't care because number one, the FBI is in charge of investigating this. Okay. The FBI is corrupt. They told us that the Hunter Biden laptop was fake. They still are trying to figure out who left the coke in the library. So what makes you think they're going to be able to find any answers to this? Okay. They couldn't even keep the White House library safe from somebody snorting coke in it.
Yeah.
And we're putting these people in charge of our president. They had certainly something to do with Martin Luther King getting shot. Okay.
Facts.
So why are we even holding our breath for this? I don't care.
Right.
I want answers about the Secret Service. Not just for President Trump, but for
every
single president, vice president, their family. I do not wish harm on them. Those are the leaders to our country. And I don't think people realize the chaos that would ensue. That would ensue if our leader was killed.
Yep.
We have countries just waiting to take us out. Okay? Just waiting to take us out. And what can be unburdened by what has been or whatever the hell. She'd be the one.
I saw you. She changed it. Did you notice that? She changed it completely. She doesn't say that anymore.
Oh gosh.
I have to sing you the new lingo she's got going now. But I agree with you. I agree with you, bro. The sniper response was odd. Securing areas was shaky. How the shooter was able to set up was shaky. He's got a clean shot at Trump. If this slope is exactly what she's saying it is, then how is he able to get up there and aim straight across?
Yeah.
He had to be perched up.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm laughing at this comment because y'all always making fun of my forehead. You know what? I was looking at those 3 Secret Service chicks. Number 1, I would rock that outfit. Number 1. Number 2,
oh God,
I would love to be up there protecting President Trump. Okay, listen. Female, however they failed at their job. Okay, I'm not talking about looks. Okay, I'm not talking about sex. It was incredibly sexy. Okay, to see men.
I knew she was gonna do this. I knew she was gonna do this, man.
It was so sexy. Okay, to see just men just like running up there with guns. Let me tell you, I love men. I love you. I love men, and I love watching men be men. You know, women, just the one with the blonde hair. Okay, the other two, y'all missed the mark. Okay, I don't know if you guys were like temporaries or what. The little tiny one that was like standing in front of Trump, I was like, look at her, look at her badass.
You need help, bro.
Okay, listen, let's get serious really quick. Okay, so there was another situation outside the RNC like a couple hours ago.
Yeah, there was another shooting. Yeah,
okay,
I saw
so
that.
a man was fatally shot. Now this is a fuck around and find out moment. A man.
Can you pull it up?
Mm-hmm. Hold on one second.
She bent down for a hat. Thank you, Jax.
Sorry, I had to be me for a second. We were serious. We were serious, but I had to let you guys know. And tell them, Suni, that I text you on WhatsApp. And what did I say? What did I say? I said I can't be on the live, but please relate to the people.
Oh, she did say that. This whole thing is hot. She said that.
You didn't tell the people, did you?
But I disregarded because I'm like, yeah, no thanks.
Oh gosh. Okay. So a man was fatally shot today by Columbus, Ohio police, assigned to help with security. Now, by the way, the security is ramped up. Okay, there's a video on my page. You guys can go check it out of Trump making his appearance there again. Super hot. Okay, he came in, little bandage on his ear. The men were lined. Okay, honey, they were lined, lined up. Okay, let me get focused again. Okay, so
yeah, please, you're going off script.
The afternoon shooting happened near King Park, according to information provided by Milwaukee County Medical Examiner. Police said it was unrelated to any activity at the convention. The counteragency responded to a death report at an intersection on the edge of the park. Officials did not provide the identity of the man who was killed. An autopsy was expected, blah, 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 blah. The incident took place 1 mile. Is that more than 147 yards? 1 mile from the convention in a residential neighborhood that includes a large homeless encampment. Milwaukee police chief assigned to cover daily events associated with the convention happened to be in the neighborhood discussing the day's security plan. Okay. Shortly after 1 p.m., a confrontation erupted between two men, one with a knife in each hand and other unarmed. So it doesn't look like these guys were like, they weren't doing anything obviously towards the convention, but they were acting up, and there's a president in town. Y'all need to behave. Okay. You're a mile out from the situation. Don't come with all this bullshit.
Sit your ass down somewhere.
Right.
Shit.
So the officer rushed to intervene, and after the armed man allegedly failed to comply with orders to drop the knife and then charged the other man. A number of them opened fire. He's dead. Wasn't sure how many officers fired the weapon. All of the other officers who responded to the initial.
Here, I have the video, by the way.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. And believe it or not, the people are upset. The people of Ohio are upset. They're like, why are they coming in here with their own police causing all these problems? They shot an innocent man. What do you guys want? Like, come on. Damn, those officers, that whole the Secret Service, man.
So alleged, I guess they were just supposed to let that man stab the other man. Oh, I didn't even think. Sorry, it wasn't even up. Here's the video. I don't see what the problem is. Look at him, rolled up on him. He charges. Boom, 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 boom. Was he supposed to let the man stab the other man? Like, what y'all want him to do? God damn. Why are Ohio police shooting someone in Milwaukee? Hey, man.
There's a president in town.
That's the agencies. You can't, I don't, look, if people want to say, well, damn, they were able to take this dude out instantly. They responded, fine. But what's the problem?
Right.
He was about to stab the other dude, and he did it in front of police, and police saved a man's life. What if were they supposed to just let him go ham? Then somebody would be dead and somebody would be in jail. Unfortunately, the other person is dead, and they fafoed. They fucked around and found out that day.
Yep.
What the problem is?
What the problem is?
You only going Tupac.
By the way, the FBI did get into Crook's cell phone eventually.
Oh, it took them for fucking ever.
Yeah. They accessed his phone and searched his computer. That's it. Did you see the video of them going to his house?
No.
Oh,
I
Lord,
scrolled
let me
past
tell
a
you
lot. I'm gonna be honest
Let me
with you.
tell you something. It looked like, like when the cable man or the cable people come around asking if you want to switch over your cable.
Yeah,
That's what it
that's
looked
what it
like.
looked like.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Where did I have it at?
We're gonna get into the
I had it.
RNC, y'all. Don't worry.
We're gonna get it. Don't worry. Me and Sunny are only getting along for you guys right now. It will heat up. Did I post it?
Oh, that
Maybe I didn't.
disgusting dyke bitch.
Maybe I
That was
didn't.
the
Anyways.
nastiest video ever.
Yeah, and she deleted it. Okay, she deleted it, and
Nasty
thank God
dyke
we had it on
bitch.
our show because I brought that shit
Yeah.
right the hell back up.
I can't stand her.
Anyways, 2 blue shirt polo wearing dudes knock on the door. What? Like Diddy had his shit kicked in. Okay, he had all agencies at his door, and you're gonna have like. How do you know the parents aren't in on it? How do you know like the kids didn't set up like booby traps and like explosives?
Exactly.
You don't know nothing. Like you came in there with your polo shirt. You look like you just came back from like the Piggly Wiggly and you just like knocked on their door to go like just conduct a very hey, I don't know if you know, but your son was on the roof and he shot at the president. Like what? Like you're right. Like it's like some type of alternate universe. Like the way that this is being handled is so like just.
It's odd, right?
Yes.
Sometimes I feel like movies and the constant crime, the constant sensationalism of the crimes committed in this country have really just taken our humanity. Like that's what made me cry was humanity ceasing to exist. People like to be like, you're a jerk or you're so harsh. I am straightforward and I believe in being consistent to who you are.
Mm-hmm.
That is me at my core. That's really important to me. But I have the biggest heart, bro. And my heart broke that day when I saw people celebrating, when I saw people disappointed that he wasn't dead, when I saw immediately conservatives coming up with wild conspiracy theories. Trump set this up himself. How did he pose for a picture? And I'm like, y'all aren't even thinking about the bigger picture here. Yeah. A former president just had an assassination attempt against him, dude.
Yeah.
That is the only thing I want to be talking about. Where did the Secret Service go wrong? Everything else doesn't matter.
Yeah. And I just want to say this, like they make it seem like that's just like some topic you just like throw around in the Monday, like office meeting at the cooler. Hey, how about we fake an assassination attempt? Okay. An assassination attempt hasn't happened or an assassination on a president has not happened for
40 years.
40 years. Okay. So that goes to show it's not something that like lightly just gets thrown out there as like a tactic. Okay.
Yes.
The president just goes, well, let me go through my Rolodex of shit I can do to like up my liking. P.S. He doesn't even need to do that. Okay.
Yep.
He's already like slated
exactly
to win this election by a landslide. Okay.
That's exactly what I said.
Like if it were me, I'd be like, what? I'm already like, we ain't gotta shoot at me. They already like me. What are you talking about?
Bro.
Yeah.
We both the same fucking thing.
And if that were the case, you guys, if anybody would benefit from an assassination attempt, it would be Biden. Okay. For him to try something it's like if that was a possibility that you could just fake an assassination and not die, but just like, casually injure your ear, he would be the one that would need that more than Trump.
Bro, did you see Tucker Carlson call this out in January of this year?
What?
Bro, watch this. This gave me chills.
Are they going to
January 21st, 2024
let Trump be president?
We're speeding toward assassination. Obviously,
I saw this.
They called him names. He won anyway. They impeached him twice on ridiculous pretenses. They fabricated a lot about what happened on January 6th in order to impeach him again. It didn't work. He came back. Then they indicted him. It didn't work. He became more popular. Then they indicted him 3 more times. And every single time his popularity rows. So if you begin with criticism, then you go to protest, then you go to impeachment, now you go to indictment, and none of them work, what's next? I mean, graph it out, man. We're speeding toward assassination, obviously, and no one will say that, but I don't know how you can reach that conclusion. Permanent Washington, both parties have decided that there's something about Trump that's so threatening to them, they just can't have it.
Period.
Yeah. I said, you know what? I don't know if I said it here, if I said it like in a conversation, but I remember after the last trial or whatever got thrown out, right? And Democrats were super mad about that. The first thing I said was, this is next. What just happened? This is next.
Yeah.
They're running out of things to do, and they will get desperate, and they will try.
Yeah.
They will try, But now the word is that there was an Iranian threat.
Yeah. I saw that this morning.
Yeah. Do you know much about that?
No. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't really even care to get into it because it's funny that you bring that up. That was one of the first things Mitch brought up on the live was, and you guys believe that Iran was a part of this? And I'm just sitting here like, I don't know what Iran has to do with any of this. This segues us into the RNC. I think that my prediction of Trump is going to inherit a war is going to be the way they wound him is going to come to fruition because his VP, that was the first thing he opened his damn mouth about at the RNC was conflict with Iran. So I don't think that this is by chance. I think that this may be an opportunity for them to potentially go back over there and do what they feel needs to be done, which is we have to keep bombing the Middle East, which we really don't. We really don't. So I didn't pay attention to it. They said it might be a retaliation for Soleimani, which how would any of us know that if we're being honest? How would we know?
We wouldn't. And, according to the Iranians, they're completely disputing this claim. And honestly, my first thought, because I was like, oh, so this is unrelated to the first. So you're just going to casually throw out, oh, by the way, the Iranians wanted to, they were trying to plot to kill him too. And this is unrelated to the other situation. I immediately thought, well, that's convenient, right? That's convenient. I mean, not to say that the Iranians are these great people or anything like that, but that's pretty convenient. Let's just blame it on the Middle East. And maybe people will speculate oh, that's what happened. They recruited this nerdy guy
exactly
from Milwaukee, probably on some video game. And I'm sure that's where people's minds are going. I actually don't think the Iranians would do that because I think that they were actually happier when President Trump was president.
Dude.
I don't think they would benefit from him being gone either. It just doesn't make sense.
That's the first thing and this is nuts, bro. Me and my husband were watching this and he's like, go pull up that Bush clip. And I go pull up the Bush clip where he announced that we were going to be entering into Iran. And he uses the same verbiage as JD Vance here. And we ended up over there for 17 years. So I'm thinking the Republicans, the wartime Republicans, the establishment Republicans, this is their plan. I think JD Vance is their plan. And this is how they're going to accomplish what they want to accomplish. That's my personal opinion.
Do you still see me?
No, you're frozen.
Oh, okay, but you still hear me, obviously.
I can still hear you, yeah. What happened?
Okay. I don't know. It's completely black on my end. So I don't know what's going on, but you can hear me. So that's all that matters.
That's all that matters, yeah. So I'm going to play, and shout out to Candace, bro. Candace has been on timing, okay? I've forgiven her of her transgressions about not exposing Daily Wire. I've forgiven you. But thank you for putting this out because I came across this and I wanted to throw up in my mouth.
Yeah.
Work together.
And key word, listen for the key word that he says here. Okay, guys? Let's do an exercise together and listen for keywords. Type them in the chat when you hear them.
A
a lot of people recognize that we need to do something with Iran, but not these weak little bombing runs. If you're going to punch the Iranians, you punch them hard, and that's what he did when he took out Soleimani. By the way, that action, people said that it would lead to broader war. It actually brought peace. It actually checked the Iranians and slowed them down a little bit. But let me just say something about this Iran issue, because maybe the most important diplomatic breakthrough of the Trump administration was the Abraham Accords. If you want to check Iran, the way to do it is to, one, withdraw their oil money, which of course Joe Biden's been bad about, but you've also got to enable the Israelis and the Sunni Arab states to work together and actually provide a counterbalance to Iran. Joe Biden has done nothing. You have the infrastructure there, sitting there, to weaken Iran, to strengthen our ally Israel. Joe Biden's done nothing with it. Donald Trump would reinvigorate it. I think one.
Strengthen Iran. Okay, I mean to strengthen who? Who are we fighting to strengthen, y'all? Why would we potentially go back over there to strengthen who? Put it in the chat. You dipped. You didn't hear it, did you?
I heard like the beginning of it. Or
Okay.
well, what can you summarize it? What was it?
Summarize it. We need to figure out what's going on with Iran and not one of these like 1-2 punch bombs. We need to really hit them hard, because we have to take them out in order to strengthen our ally. And who's our ally? Israel. And we're going to criticize Biden for not strengthening our ally, Israel. And we're going to go in there and do it.
Yeah.
Hey,
I do know in my research of JD, and again, this is very like surface level, but I do know he was, gratefully he was against the Ukraine package, but he was all for.
He was.
He was all for, supporting Israel and this, that, and the other. So, on that issue, just from the surface level of what I see, again, I haven't seen him speak too much in depth about it. So he probably has more than I have. Don't agree with him on that.
Just like Candace said, is it possible for us to get one effing person in office who doesn't immediately speak about how we need to continue bombing the Middle East?
Yeah.
We do not need to do anything with Iran.
Yeah.
We need to leave that alone. Focus on Taiwan. How about that? Let's focus on Asia.
I will say, I said this to Suni, like when we were talking, briefly yesterday about it, was that, like I'm no fool, right? Like if you guys know how it works, the person who donates the most money to the campaign gets to have their voice heard about who they think should be not only president, but VP. They have a say, even though we think we pick the president, but they also have a say in who picks the president. So, there's that. Do I want to believe that it's all, like fair, free elections and everything, like happens? I'm not an idiot. Okay. I'm not an idiot. But, I do know that this is politics and that's how the game is played. Can I give a little bit of thoughts on JD?
Go for it. I want to hear it.
Since I read his book. So I took some notes here because there were some quotes in the book that I thought was interesting. I find it interesting. By the way, his book is called Hillbillyology or Eulogy or something. Hillbillyology. It's a book about his memoir about his life growing up. Obviously, the title Hillbilly. He comes from the Appalachians. So he was raised in the hillbilly community. His mother and his grandmother. But his upbringing is quite interesting because it is a very stark difference from Trump. So a lot of people in the news are saying he's basically just a carbon copy. Maybe on issues, he's a carbon copy of Trump. I don't really know yet because I haven't gotten to that point. But personally is where I started to understand why he was chosen. Okay. And this guy had a terrible life. Okay. He writes about how he does not identify with the WASPs, meaning like the upper echelon community, even though, he's successful now in his life, and, financially and whatnot. But he grew up, like I said, in the mountains, poor, drug addicted mother to heroin, no father, raised by his grandmother. Okay. I think a lot of people, when they try to or when they do actually dive into his story, if the media ever does, actually the media did dive into his story. There's a lot of interviews you can find going years back about his life that are very interesting. And I understand there's a movie on Netflix as well. I haven't seen that. but he struggled a lot. Okay. He struggled a lot. He was basically the man in his family. Like I said, his grandmother raised him. She was not an easy woman. He tells a story in the book about how his grandfather, was not always the nicest man. He drank a lot. Sometimes would get nasty with his grandmother. And one day to teach him a lesson, the grandmother poured lighter fluid all over him and threatened to set him on fire. Right, like right in front of him. So she was country. She could handle herself, and she brought JD up to basically not use his circumstances as an excuse, and that's pretty much JD's platform. So I want to take some time to read two quotes. One of them is an opening quote from the book, and the other one is I think I have it here. The other one is the final quote in the last chapter. So his quote in chapter 1 is this: "In our race conscious society, our vocabulary often extends no further than the color of someone's skin. Black people, Asian, white privilege. Sometimes these broad categories are useful, but to understand my story, you have to delve into the details. I may be white, but I don't identify with the wasps of the Northeast." So I wrote some thoughts here that though racial categories can be useful, I agree with him, they're ultimately inadequate because they don't take the details of, this is what I understood him to say, because they don't take the details of people's lives into consideration. Okay. So I want to stop there because I think that will really resonate with those people that, don't like Trump because they feel like he's never struggled a day in his life, right? People can't relate to Trump because, he was brought up in money. He was brought up in this upper society. JD is completely the opposite. Vance himself identifies as Scottish Irish rather than as a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. And he writes that the subgroup of Caucasians is generally poor and has low social mobility. Vance implies that white people of Scottish Irish descent have not benefited from the history of colonialism, racism, and slavery in America in the same way that the WASPs have, a concept which many sociologists agree is deeply flawed. Vance's story of his family should be considered as entirely unrelated to their race. He believes that categorizing him as simply a straight white male fails to acknowledge his identity as a person who overcame great disadvantage to become successful. The last quote I want to read is from the final chapter. He says, "The juxtaposition is jarring. Religious institutions remain a positive force in people's lives, but in the part of the country slammed by the decline of the manufacturing, joblessness, addiction, and broken homes, church attendance has fallen off." This quotation, which appears in chapter 6, last chapter, after Vance describes the demographics of church attendance in the United States, reveals that the author is disappointed by the fact that the people he considers most in need of church do not attend church. As Vance examines his success over the course of the memoir, he is critical of other poor working white people for not doing more to improve their situation in life. Some of the specifics issues he cites are family instability, inadequate parenting, and drug and alcohol addiction. In his view, a stronger adherence to God could help to alleviate some of their problems. He later points out that his father's church offers job assistance, parenting classes, and addiction counseling. Vance's critique of the church attendance of working class people is part of a larger critique of the overall behavior of American working class. So he's very critical of his own race, which I really appreciate because, a lot of like politicians come in and they're like, I'm going to help the Black community. I'm going to help the Latino community because this, and this is wrong with their community. And he's very critical of his own community and his own upbringing. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, yeah, Monique, that's all nice. Who cares? Okay. But me personally, and some people might laugh at this, but I wanted to get to the heart of this man before I got to his politics, because I understand that politics can be swayed and people, get caught up in the game of things, but your heart tells me who you are. Your story tells me who you are. And it is very important to me. When I looked at him and then I saw like white people liked Vivek and white people liked, other candidates that were there, I feel like this guy really checks a lot of the boxes that other candidates, had favor for in their eyes. And he's young. I think that's great. I think he's like 38 or 39 years old. I think he's one of the youngest VP candidates for the last in the 1950s. So we wanted that, right? We kept saying we need a younger person. We don't need some old guy who's going to like come in here with these old thoughts. So again, I'm not saying the guy's perfect. I'm not saying I like completely love him. I'm just saying what I have heard so far, what I've seen, what I've read, I say give him a chance. You know, let's see what he does. What was that
I
comment
have
that
no comment.
you just
I
you
don't know. Some random. Well, that's the next topic. What'd you say?
what is your thoughts on him? You have no comment. You don't want to say anything.
No, because I don't think heart matters. It's politics. They're there to make deals and get things done. I don't care about
Oh.
his background. I care about his policy. What are you going to do when you
Mm.
get in office? Where do you stand here? What's your voting record like? I don't care about. I don't give a damn about no book. I don't care about none of that. What is
But
your history and politics?
don't you think that that impacts your politics? How you
No,
No, you don't?
no.
So like let's just say you were running for president. You like it wouldn't matter what you went through in life?
For what? I'm in charge of the entire country. Why would my own personal experience matter?
Well, because I think it dictates how your mind thinks or like how the fabric of who you are is. I think that's so important. You don't think so?
No, it's not about you.
No. Well, I mean, it's not all about you, but like clearly if you want to get to know somebody and their intentions, I think it's important to know why they think the way they think, why they are the way they are,
I
you
think you
know?
can gauge that without needing to know their entire life story.
Hmm.
I don't need to know his life story to understand how he votes or to understand how he thinks. I can see that you're strict
Yeah.
on the border. Your childhood and you criticizing white people, that how is that going to help me understand why you have this foreign policy?
Well, I understand that you don't need to know his entire I'm just saying that's where I started. That's what's important to
Oh,
me, right? So like it's
no, I
important
feel
to
like
me to understand.
that's like you being ripe for manipulation is going with your feelings instead of being
Mm.
rational and looking at what is your voting record? What have you
I
done?
looked at that.
Or are
I
you
looked
the
at that.
best fit?
Yeah, I looked at that also. I looked at his voting record also. Again, he's not a career politician, so he hasn't been in a position very long. I think he took his position in 2023. So
You
he hasn't even been there very long.
this is why I'm just like this to me, I call this the Trump effect. If Trump
Mhm.
says he's good, you're gonna find the good in him. Obama came out of nowhere, and
Mhm.
people immediately saw red flag. How the
Mhm.
hell did you get to this position so quickly? You're a
Mhm.
plant.
Mhm.
But with this guy, oh, we got to give him a chance. Why? We have
Well,
we
but
have example after example after example after example of what it looks like for a politician to just pop up out of nowhere. Nobody's really heard of them. They don't have a really lengthy history in politics. Come in and fuck shit up.
But to be fair, I didn't really like when any vice president came into play, I didn't know who they were.
I think that's a problem.
I think the only president I knew a decent amount of, not politically, but obviously because he was in the entertainment, was Trump. That's the only president I knew anything about.
And look, and that's why people had no clue what Burisma was. That's why
But
people had no clue that. Do you know how much damage Joe Biden did as a VP? I'm sure you know now.
yeah.
They have a lot of power.
Of
He
course.
staged a coup in another country.
Yep.
Like,
Right.
no.
And
I'm
listen,
looking at him with a fine tooth comb.
I am not saying that this guy, because I read his book and it like touched my heart, that he's going to do no wrong. That's not what I said. All I'm saying is because I don't know a lot about this guy, I'm admitting I don't know a lot about this guy. And again, I purposely skipped over any posts I saw about him. I didn't even look at his RNC interview yet. I am literally working backwards on him. And I wanted to start with the book. Could I have watched a 45-minute movie about him to make my day a lot easier? Absolutely. But I wanted to read his book. I didn't want to see some like Hollywood prediction directed by Ron Howard of his life. I wanted to see his book and read it in his words. And, I thought the story was great. He wrote the book before any of this happened, right? Before he even came out and ran for office. So I don't know. Like, I just want to see how it goes. He could mess things up for all I know. I know he's not perfect because Trump's not perfect, but I still like him. I'm still going to vote for him. So, yeah. I don't think there's going to be one single person that I'm going to sit here and be like, well, I agree on every single thing. And if I don't agree on every single thing, then I can't support them as a candidate. It's not the way. That's not reality.
Okay.
So let's fight about Amber Rose, shall we?
Go ahead and pull your degenerate MAGA blue hat out. Go ahead.
Well,
Blue MAGA coming. Blue MAGA is entering the conversation. Let me gear up.
Can you pull up the because the speech wasn't very long. You want to pull it up?
Not really. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. But
Okay,
I
well, then
will.
okay, I was about to say I'll pull it up. It's not that big of a deal. All right. So Suni can play that and then I'll give my thoughts.
My name is Amber Rose. I'm a model and entrepreneur. Thank you. But most importantly, I'm a mother. My whole world revolves around providing for my children, keeping them safe, and giving them an opportunity for a better life. That's something that unites all American parents, whether we're Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, or liberals. We all want a better country for our children. But I'm here tonight to tell you, no matter your political background, that the best chance we have to give our babies a better life is to elect Donald Trump President of the United States. Now, you may be wondering why I'm up here telling you this. I'm no politician and I don't want to be, but I do care about the truth. And the truth is that the media has lied to us about Donald Trump. I know this because for a long time I believed those lies, so I'm here to set the record straight. The first person I knew who supported Donald Trump was my father. I was shocked. My entire family is racially diverse, and I believed the left-wing propaganda that Donald Trump was a racist. My father said, "No, he's not, Amber. What are you talking about?" And when I insisted, he said, "Prove it." So to prove my father wrong, I did my research and looked into all things Donald Trump. People have to do their research. I watched all the rallies, and I started meeting so many of you, his red hat wearing supporters. I realized Donald Trump and his supporters don't care if you're black, white, gay, or straight. It's all. And that's when it hit me. These are my people. This is where I belong. So I let go of my fear of judgment, of being misunderstood, of getting attacked by the left, and I put the red hat on too. Thank you. Love you too. I never felt more free and more love for my country than I do now. I want to thank my father, who's in the audience tonight, for opening my eyes. He served over 20 years in the US military. Thank you for your service, Dad. Where's he at? I love you, Dad. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you. When I met the president and Melania for the first time, he was kind and generous and funny as hell. Very funny. The First Lady was gracious and smart with a smile that will brighten up any room. If you're watching this tonight, you know our country is in trouble, just like me. When you go to the store and buy food for your family, you're shocked. When you fill up your gas tank, you're pissed. I know I am. And when you turn on the news, you are just exhausted. Inflation is out of control. And you know in your heart it was not like this under Donald Trump. My message to you tonight comes from a humble place. The left told me to hate Trump, and even worse, to hate the other side, the people who support him. When you cut through the lies, you realize the truth. American families were better when Donald Trump was president. We were safer, wealthier, and stronger. A vote for Donald Trump is a vote to put money back in our pockets and good food on our kids' plates. Yes. Or, as Trump would say, it's a vote to make America great again. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You go first.
That's it. No.
No, I
Everybody's heard me.
I haven't. I haven't heard you.
What brought her over to the Republican Party was the fact that they were accepting of blacks and gays. I thought that was odd, not the economy. She led with identity politics, which is what brought her over here to begin with. She's not saying anything different than we've been saying for the last 8 years, and yet people are cheering her on as if she said something great. I don't think she's going to move the needle on any voters. I don't. Who is she? She's a baby mama and a known slut in an entertainment realm. She said what millions of Americans have said since day one. So I really don't understand why this is a big deal. I don't.
Well, one thing I do agree with you is I don't understand why this is a big deal, like why people are freaking out. If you don't think that she's going to move the needle, then fine. Leave it alone. I thought, just because I was looking at social media there were a lot of people that were, I was looking at her comments. There were a lot of people that were just like, I'm going to look into some of this stuff that she says, which it may not bring over a ton of people per se, but it's a start. And I think people, like, I watched a live between Brandon and Bryson today. It was a really good, they were debating over it. Brandon thought that, her speech here was great. I agreed with him. Bryson, he stuck with what he's been consistent with, that she's a harlot. She's never going to change. He even said, and I agree with him. He said she has an active OnlyFans, still. So she hasn't changed. And I understand that, right? Like, I don't think the expectation, because let's just face it, she's in a room full of dirty politicians. So I don't think anybody in that room is an angel. But I don't think, for me, the expectation is to be up on stage at the Republican National Convention, not the Christian National Convention, is that you are, like, sin-free, not doing anything. Listen, you came up there as you were. I think it, took guts to put yourself out there to your people who probably are going to shame you, and they are, to just say, hey, like, I changed my mind. This is, for me, food on the table, cheaper gas, accepting of different groups. This is what brought me over, right? Then so be it. Now that she's over here, hopefully she stays long enough and her opinion evolves a little bit. And maybe, she does something different than the OnlyFans. But I think that this is a start, and I think people are looking into it way too much. Because, Brandon had brought up a good point, and I agree with him, and I've always said this as well, is that I think there's a difference between Republicans and Christian conservatives. I don't think every Republican in that room is a Christian. And I think that there's people that might vote Republican that aren't Republican, right? Just like when I was a registered Republican, I voted for Obama. Okay. So I think that we need to give a little bit of grace for people to change. I think that the way that people have reacted to this is part of the reason why people just aren't interested, don't even want to hear us out. And I think we shoot ourselves in the foot. When we act this way and we say, "Oh, we're going to bring up your past. Oh, you want to come over here? Okay, so now we're going to
Not
bring
her
up your
past though. That's a lie. She's actively doing these things.
No, but I'm saying there's some things that that she has said, like, I'm no longer doing the slut walk. I stopped doing that. I don't think, it was representative of what I intended it to be. Whatever the fact may be, okay? I'm not in no way I'm like co-signing or saying that she was sincere in any of that stuff. I'm just judging her based on this speech that she gave. I'm not gonna like hate on her for it. I'm really not. I thought it was a good speech.
She didn't say anything. What is great about the speech? She
But
said
Suni,
already said.
you
Like,
have to understand the audience that she's speaking to. I'm not talking about the people at the RNC. There's people on her side that are not intellectual.
come on, bro.
All they think about is gas prices.
So we
food
lower the
prices.
standard?
Sometimes you got to lower the standard to get to certain people. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Sometimes
This is
you got to
crazy.
lower the standard. Yes.
Why didn't y'all have this energy when the Democrats went to go speak to Cardi B? Everybody was pissed off. Why are you speaking to her? Who is she? She's a rapper. She's out there putting her ass and titties out. But Amber Rose, we can bring her up.
Listen,
come on, bro.
I criticized Cardi B on the actual interview she gave.
Why?
About, I really care about Medicare. I'm like, what do you care about Medicare? Like, I went question by question and criticized her. Okay. There's been things that Cardi B has said that I'm like, yeah, you're 100% right. I'm glad you woke up, Cardi.
What did Candace tell her? Shut up and stay in your lane. Why we don't got the same energy for her?
Well, because I don't have to say what Candace says.
I'm asking why the energy is different. I'm not saying you have to repeat what she's saying, but to completely abandon.
You're comparing an interview that she did with Joe Biden where I went question by question and criticized the questions she was asking, the things that she was saying. Nothing was sincere. And I feel like my personal opinion, once again, that she was being sincere. I feel like she genuinely wants things to get better. She realizes that the party that she's been voting for or voting with isn't going to do it for her.
A bunch of conjecture.
I mean, call it
a bunch of conjecture. You don't know this lady?
I don't know her, but I don't know anybody.
Oh, how can we know her intentions? How can we say her intentions are pure? She had a great speech. We didn't give Cardi B the same grace. Candace Owens told her to stay in her lane, bro. This is not your lane. Don't talk about politics. Stay over there. And they did that, and y'all did that because she was Democrat. Had Cardi come over here and do exactly what Amber Rose is doing, people would be praising her, just like they praise Nicki Minaj. When they're on the opposite side is when you don't like them. But when they say what you want them to say is when, oh, we should listen to them. Maybe she's changed. You did, look, bro, they just did this with freaking Black China, and she's all over the media talking about fucking.
Oh,
I'm still going to screw and do all these things, but no, guys, give her a chance.
Listen.
Come on, man.
You may be saying you guys and not including me because I go all over the place. Okay. There's some people I just don't like, and there's some people I do like, and they don't think like me all the time. All I'm saying is I feel, and I hate to say the Republican Party because there's the conservatives and there's the Christians, and then there's the people that call themselves conservatives, but they're really doing dirty shit in the background and just making it look like they're conservative. And then there's Christians that do the same thing, and they're like, I'm Christian. And then they're like, doing degenerate shit on the weekends. And then there's people like me that I'm like, yeah, sometimes I'm a little degenerate. Sometimes I'm a little conservative. That's me. I feel like that's where I kind of like look at Amber and I'm like, I feel like that's her. Like she probably has some values that are a little bit more on the conservative side and other things she's not. And I feel like if we want to move anywhere, if we want to get anything, and I get that the Christians, y'all
I know,
want
demonize the Christians because we're so
yes,
bad. You guys loved us in 2016 when we brought Trump to vote, but let's demonize all the Christians now when we want to abandon that and act like the left. Let's do it.
Let me finish my statement. The Christians, as you were called on the live today, the far right Christians, right, that are very, 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 very stuck to the ways, right? Like Bryson was saying today, and I apologize if I'm taking anything out of context. If somebody was on the live, please correct me. But I think Brandon gave the example of if you were, if you had a church and there was a gay person and they wanted to come into the church to hear the word, would you let them come in the church? And Bryce said, hell no. I'll give them the word outside the church, but they can't come into the church. To me, I was just like, that's wild. That's like a hospital saying, yeah, I know we're like a place that heals people and all, but you need to be 100% healthy before you can come in these doors. Like, I'm just like, shouldn't you get people in the church so that they can hear the word and then hopefully like progress in their faith a little bit more? I just feel like I can't sit here and say that when I started to get stronger in my faith, that I did, I did degenerate things. I was forgiven. I had so much grace and mercy on me. It's not even funny. Okay. And here I am. I'm not perfect, but I just think that there's a group of people that really just isolate and say, I'm sorry, but you can't get up at the Republican National Convention if you have any shady shit in your past.
Why didn't they invite Sexy Red? Sexy Red is she's a known Trump supporter.
I don't know. I can't answer that question. I can't.
We know the answer. We do know the answer. She doesn't fit the archetype of what they're trying to reach. If you're truly trying to reach people, let's just keep it a stack. If you're really, and I think it's disgusting that the right is now pushing inclusion, but here we are. If you're really for inclusion, then everybody needs to be there. Sexy Red, who came out?
No
Lil Pump, Whoa Vicky, all those people. Where they at, bro?
I thought they had.
Where they at? Why they not on the stage?
I thought they had some rapper. I thought, wasn't it Little Pump? It wasn't Little Pump. It was somebody. I thought it was somebody.
I didn't see Little Pump there.
No, not here. But there was another event like where they had some rapper. I don't know if it was at a rally or whatever. But I don't know. We could go back and forth on this all day long. Okay.
That's what you wanted.
We can go. No, I'm saying, well, I wanted to talk about it. I don't want to go back and forth on this all day long. But, I just feel like if we're going to say, why does she even matter? Then we need to just leave it at that. If to some people she mattered, to some people she didn't. I watched a video.
Consistent.
Well,
it's
sometimes
about consistency.
I never said I was a consistent person. I am all over the place. I think we know that now, right? Like people in the chat.
Well, it's not just you. It's the people who walk around with this moral high ground 24/7. 24/7. Criticizing everyone.
Oh, I was like,
if you're twerking, I'm going to criticize you and put it up on my social media. If you're doing things that your OnlyFans model, I'm going to put it on my content and say that this is immoral. And then you have an OnlyFans model. She's not modeling, bro. Go to her Instagram. She's got nothing but thirst trap after thirst trap after thirst trap after thirst trap up there. People on this side criticize that, but look over it. They did it with the gay community. And look what happened. Look what happened. You give an inch, they take a mile, bro. This is not 2016 and everyone knows it. And I feel like Christians who were courted in 2016 and 2020 are being gaslit into oblivion right now. And we're being made to look like we're stuck in ancient times. And I think that is super disingenuous. This party didn't look like this 8 years ago.
Yeah, it didn't.
Amber Rose would have never been on the stage 8 years ago. But we got to change with the times because the left is changing with the times. This side is weak.
But
they're acquiescing to a culture that they say is socially engineered, and then they bitch about it. That's ass backwards.
You make fun of me because you're always like, you're a boomer. What do you mean we have to change?
You're a boomer with tech, bro.
Right,
We're
but we
talking
have
about
to
tech
change.
versus social things.
But you do have to, and I'm not saying everything needs to change. Like I said, there's some things that I'm just like, no, there's some things that need to stay, traditional, right? But there are things like this, like where you have to be, you have to be open to having other people and showing people, hey, we're not just a party of like 80-year-old men, that crack like lame ass jokes. Like we can bring other people in. Hell, we had Kim Klacik at the RNC one year.
And y'all criticized her.
And then we found out after we found out
She
about her,
found out she was
her.
a stripper. No, we're not even gonna do that. She has never come back because y'all constantly throw the fact that she was a stripper in her face. We just talked about Kimberly Klacik, and the first thing you yourself brought up was the fact that she was a stripper. You're holding it against her. Why can't we keep the same energy with Amber Rose?
Because Kim Klacik came out with the first I knew about her is that she was this conservative and she seemed very tight and buttoned up. Okay.
She's not a stripper anymore.
Hold on. That's the Kim Klacik that I got to know. And then it came out that she was stealing from people that were donating to her. Okay. And then it came out that she was a stripper. So then it's like, okay, now you're stealing from people. Now, if it comes out that Amber Rose is conning people, of course I'm going to call it out. But I'm not going to sit here and say, because she has an OnlyFans, because she did this, because she takes pictures in her bikini, that makes her a terrible person and that she shouldn't be out there talking to people.
Nobody's saying she's a terrible person.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Why use that though? That's a lie. Because nobody's saying she's a terrible person. Everybody is questioning why this is a representation on the stage. Not one person has called her a terrible human.
Okay, well, a harlot, a slut.
These are words that she attached to herself. Why can't we use them all of a sudden?
But at some point when she says, I'm trying to clean up my image, I may not be 100% there, but I'm getting rid of the slut walk. Like, we got to give some grace, man. We got to give some grace. Like, I don't know anybody who just like overnight like changes. Maybe some people do. I don't know. It ain't me.
She's overnight on a stage at a national convention. At a national convention, I would have respected this more if she would have came out. They would have had her at the rallies speaking. They would have had her canvassing these areas, going to women that she wants to actually relate to, showing that you're actually trying to do something. You have this overnight sensation of I'm a Trump supporter, and they throw you on the national convention stage. Put her out on the street where she's actually going to reach people, because you putting her at the RNC. How many left-leaning people watch this shit? Ain't no Democrats sitting there watching that whole entire exchange. They watched her set and her set alone, which was 5 minutes, and turned that shit off.
So I'm going to play this video, and I'm also going to read some of the comments because that actually answers your question. This is a left-leaning page. The comments are tons of people saying they voted Democrat. They watched this many times. They couldn't believe the things that she was saying. They were looking into the things that she was saying. So I don't know if you're 100% correct. So let's take a listen.
6 jobs for 3 people just to survive in Biden's economy.
Why am I crying over the Republican National Convention? Like, what the frick is going on?
It's upsetting to see
this world that we're living in right now.
To help immigrants
Hold on, let me pause this.
illegally while
Woo, this world that we're living in right now feels like upside down land. I've been a Democrat for nearly 50 years. Why am I crying over the Republican National Convention? Like, Amber Rose did a beautiful job. Oh, she did a beautiful job. I'm so proud of her. And then all the diversity and just, I think I'm crying because it's cognitive dissonance. It's cognitive dissonance. Like, what is going on? I've been told my whole life Republicans are just all, white and racist men and all of this. I don't think I've probably ever watched a Republican National Convention. Let's start there. You don't know unless you go see for yourself and stop listening to what people tell you. It's just so beautiful. Just the patriotism, the coming together. I'm telling you, if you on the outside and you think MAGA is this horrible thing, I don't know what to tell you besides you have to see for yourself. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. The coming together of America, America saying no more, no longer. We're not going to do this. We're not going to divide ourselves. We are red, white, and blue. It's beautiful. Okay, I got to finish watching.
I don't know if you guys could really read all the comments there, but it was just one comment after another of people saying similar things. So, whether that actually results in a vote change or whatever it may be, I think it's a start. I think it's a start. So, anyways.
Republicans love you enough to reduce people of color, female in office. Yeah, that's a dumb comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you reading your comment up there?
She should be crying about having no edges.
Oh, you're reading those.
We'll see the exit polls.
Yeah, we'll see.
All these emotions. I'm crying watching the RNC. I don't know. I'm a different type of person, bro.
I do want to play. Yeah, you are a different type of person. I think there's different types of people, and I think that that's the point. Is that
yeah? But only one of us gets demonized.
That's not
the
true.
other is accepting.
That's not true. I get demonized all the time for being sensitive. You laughed at me when I said
you get demonized from other Christians. I'm talking about from popular society. You're not demonized in popular society.
Oh yes, I am.
In what way?
Yes. Because
you relate to them more so than I would ever.
No, I get all the time. I get demonized because you're not, just like what you say. I'm not conservative enough. I'm not consistent to what people think I should be saying. It's just I get stuff all the time. It sucks. It does suck. I get it. But I think being a Christian, being who you are, period, that just comes with the territory. Do I care what people think about me? Not really. I really don't care. I mean, it sucks sometimes to see that people completely misunderstand, and I know that the heart doesn't matter, but completely misunderstand where your heart is on things. But it is what it is. I mean, people don't know me, so I can't expect them. I don't have a memoir that they can read, where they can understand me. All they have is Tuesdays and Friday nights to understand, a little bit of who I am. But I get demonized all the time. All the time. I get told I'm going to hell. Yeah. Love that one. Going to hell. Jesus doesn't love you. I got called a slut one time in my comments because we were talking about what I wear to the pool. Yeah. It's great. It's great. Just out here trying to be a mom, trying to be a good individual, not perfect, but
Dr. Ben Carson's listening to paint dry. He's boring. I love the guy, but he's boring. He's extremely boring. I would rather watch his movie and learn about him.
Yeah.
How'd you pull that up? You can see that?
I didn't pull anything up.
You didn't just press that?
No. I didn't even have my hand. I had my hand on my other screen.
Bro, that was weird. Did you see that?
Yeah. The chick at the RNC.
That was so weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Another thing.
That just made my stomach hurt. That really just made my stomach a little disturbed. Just popped up out of nowhere. Because I had this in the background and I hadn't pulled it up yet and it just moved by itself.
Oh, well, maybe that's maybe that's God saying change the subject. I don't know.
I mean, you might agree with this now. You might say that what's the problem with her saying a prayer in which we don't know what the fuck she's saying? She could have put a hex on the crowd. She could have wished Trump got assassinated another time. She could have been wishing death on America. And we're just up there bowing our head while she praying to whatever God she's praying to. This scared me. I felt like I was back in the Baptist days listening to somebody speak in tongues. I don't know what you just said.
I was just confused. I have no comment on this woman on whether she should be up there or not, but like I was highly confused. Like, where did this come from? Like, it was funny because I don't know if it was before her or after her, but they had like a priest up there, and he did like the benediction. But before he did the benediction, he did like a whole Trump impersonation. It's like, what the hell? He did. Did you see that?
No, I stopped watching
Yeah.
after Tim Scott. I
Oh,
saw
okay.
Tim Scott and I said he was up there preaching.
Yeah.
You would have thought he grew up in a black church. You get demonized because you carry yourself masculine. Have you ever seen me and how I
Who,
carry
me?
myself? No, this is what this lady is saying to me.
Oh.
You call the Latina a bruh. Yeah, because she said something that I thought was ridiculous. So I said, bruh. If you want feminine privilege like us, Habisha, I don't know who the fuck that is, then wear a dress and makeup. Wearing a dress and makeup is not what makes you feminine. What makes you feminine is being able to shut the fuck up and be a wife and a mom and sit your ass down somewhere. That's what makes me feminine. I don't gotta dress up. I don't gotta put on fucking makeup. I don't gotta do none of that shit. And I can say, bruh, damn, hoe, titty, slut, and still walk around here and be the baddest bitch out there. What are you talking about? Oh my goodness. I don't give a that's the thing. You are African. We are not the same. I am black. You come from land. Keep that shit over there where y'all are from.
Sunny,
Okay?
what was that? What was that?
They speak in cliques and y'all live in huts, bro. We're not a third world country. Like, what the hell? Cam up.
But she said Latina is feminine. Yeah, cam up, because I don't know if you're translating correctly in the chat. She said Latina is feminine. I can tell. Why? Because I was emotional. I don't understand. Oh, and then she said, "Don't say bruh." You get okay. That's the comment you're reading. Republican gang prefers Swedish blonde girls.
She's saying a bunch of dumb shit, bro.
I wasn't even paying attention to her stuff.
You triggered me with that one.
She's the one who's okay. Well, wait, before you play this lady, since she's like on the tip, can I just, because it's related to Amber Rose, real quick? Can I just play
Sure.
Joy Reid?
Oh yeah, race baiting ass. Her stupid self.
Because
I can't stand Joy Reid.
I want to be balanced so you guys know what both sides are saying. So we read, the good comments. Let's hear what Joy Reid had to say about Amber Rose.
Ironic that they were able to recruit this young woman who, and she's a racially ambiguous. I don't want to say she's black because she has said she's not. So I don't want to say this black woman, this woman who is of whatever race that she has claimed. She said she's not black, but they brought somebody whose whole career is based in black culture. She used to be on a show on BET. That's the reason most people know who she is. She dated African-American rappers in the business, in the history of hip hop. So her whole culture came from black culture, even though she says she's not a black person herself. And the fact that she is now the person they're using to try to recruit young people of color and to say that this is the person who is the endorser of Donald Trump, who you should trust, when she won't even claim the culture that brought her to the table. I'm dubious that this will work. I don't know anyone who takes their political cues from Amber Rose, but just in case you do, you might want to duplicate doing your own research because she might not have done it thoroughly.
I think when we look at
Joy Reid, is she African? I don't listen to Africans.
Yeah.
Cam up, bitch. Because now you're calling me a bad mom. Get your motherfucking ass up here. You want me to be hood? I'm gonna show you how ghetto I can get.
Oh Lord. Amber Rose did respond. She said, "Hi, Joy. I've never said I wasn't black. I said I identify as biracial. I'm not going to invalidate my white father to make you feel more comfortable. Stop being a race baiter. Your president does enough race baiting for all of us." Good response. I think it's funny that Joy Reid literally has her same hairstyle, like as Amber Rose, like the shaved bald,
I didn't even realize her hair was gone. I never pay attention to her hair. Her face
Joy?
just gets on my nerves. Yeah. I've never paid attention to her hair. I can't even tell you what her hairstyles look like.
What is Habisha?
I don't know, but I want you to cam up. That's what I want.
She wants to fight. Habisha. Let me look it up. Northern European Ethiopian Highland Semitic speaking Orthodox Christians.
Oops.
Ethiopian Jews?
She does a lot of Donald Trump hairstyles. Who, Joy Reid? I've never seen her. She typing and clicks
She
too.
does. She wears like a blonde wig that's kind of.
She's had a wig on her hair?
Yeah, she wears like a short
I need
blonde.
to go down a list of hairstyles. I've never paid attention to her.
Yeah.
I didn't even really know who Joy Reid was until like maybe 2 years ago. I think she
Yeah.
was, I don't know what she was talking about. She had said something ridiculous, but I had never heard of her. A lot of the CNN news people that I see on, I don't know them. I grew up watching what's his name? Al Sharpton when he was on MSNBC and just CNN in general. I never even really paid attention to the news anchors.
Yeah. Negus, if that's your name, if I'm saying it wrong, come up, like talk to us. We'll talk to you. We'll hear you out. Soon you put the link in there if you want to come up here and talk.
I'm not a Jew. I don't even like Jews.
No,
I
she's
don't know
Jewish.
what you're talking
As
about.
I said, she's Jewish.
Oh, you're a Jew. Oh, no
Yeah.
wonder you're over here talking like you are.
She's an Ethiopian Jewish Jew.
Ugh.
Play the video of the prayer so people can hear. I laughed when Sudi said she could be putting a hex on all of us.
She could have, man.
Are you for real? A lot of thunder going on. I'm freaking.
Let it stop.
Maybe it's buffering.
See, this is the Lord saying she was defiling the land. Don't play that prayer, Sudi.
Oh man.
Bro. Why does my shit keep getting removed for hate speech?
That was hate speech? According
Do you
to
guys want to see? Well, look, I just got this message on my screen. Just so y'all can see, I'm getting flagged with non-stop hate speech violations. And I'm like, what?
Oh.
Damn, bro.
Do you want me to see if I can pull it up?
Can you pull it up? Because I can't now.
Okay. You want me to pull
You can't go live for 30 days.
You know what? It could be because you use Nick Fuentes.
That wasn't the video. It's a live. My lives are being reported.
No. I mean, like the fact that the video like stalled out.
Oh,
could be because it had Nick Fuentes.
This content is no longer available. Okay, thank you.
Indian prayer. See. All right, here we go.
Oh, if my Instagram page is gone, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
Okay, so this is Harmeet Dillon. I don't know who she is. Okay, let's start it off where Suni left off here. All right.
तू ठाकर तुम पे अरदास जियो पिंड सब तेरी रास तुम मात पिता हम बारक तेरे तुमरी कृपा में सुख कनेरे कोई ना जाने.
You know what this brother's thinking? Who is this guy? He's like, they get upset when we sing the Black National Anthem, and they're gonna let this girl come up here. You know what I mean? That's what he's saying. That's what he's
crazy,
saying.
Man.
तुम्हारा अंत ऊंचे ते ऊंचा भगवंत सगल समगरी तुम्हारे सूत्रधार.
Now their heads being bowed and their eyes being closed is weird.
Listen. तुम ते होए सो आज्ञाकारी तुम्हारी गत मित तुम ही जानी नानक दास सदा कुर्बानी. Dear Waheguru, our one true God,
we thank you for creating America as a unique haven on this earth where all people are free to worship according to their faith.
What?
We seek blessings and guidance for our beloved country. Please bless our people with wisdom as they vote in the upcoming election, and please bless with humility, honesty, skill, and integrity all those who conduct the election. Finally, we thank you for the Chardikala Kala spirit that we have witnessed in President Trump. That is, the tireless and uplifting spirit that is sustained even in the face of violent adversity, like a founding father centuries ago. And we thank you, dear God, for protecting his life. We thank you for his examples of nirbha, fearlessness, and nirvair, the absence of hate when faced with vitriol. These examples of extraordinary calm inspire us. Nanak Naam Chardi Kala Tere Bane Sarbatta Pala. May your name forever be exalted, spreading happiness and blessings and good spirit, that everyone may prosper and enjoy the grace of your peace. Thank you.
Do you think so? I don't know if you know, but JD's wife is Indian.
Yep.
Do you think maybe that's why she came up there? I don't know.
Yep. I mean, why
Maybe
did
they got
she,
some big donor money.
why did she give the benediction?
She gave
And
one
she
of them.
said to the one true God. We don't believe that to be the one true God. I know people keep wanting to say, Republicans, listen to me. Republicans definitely ran a Christian ticket. You cannot lie. Paula White was major in Trump's first campaign. Every evangelical pastor that was out there was major when it came to Trump's campaign. They pandered to Christians at the RNC in 2016. I could tell a lot of people didn't watch the RNC in 2016 because the only word that was being said up there multiple times was the name of Jesus, bro. Okay? 2020, it was what it was. You start to see a bit of a shift, but they pandered to to Christians. Okay? They brought up Jesus' name 24/7. We brought up the fact that there is only one God, and we need to get back to the Judeo principles and traditions and values of which this country stood on. We're going to pretend like they didn't do all that. They did it. Yeah. And now we're just supposed to sit back and be like, well, let me be respectful of someone up there praying to a God in which I don't worship. And you're saying that this is the one true God. What is happening, bro?
Yeah, that is weird.
Are we at, this is NATO. This is letting every representative get on stage, say a prayer so that everyone can feel included, bro. This is inclusion. What are we doing? And people are all for it. This is weird. This scares me. Not even just as a Christian. I'm a believer in Christ first. But this scares me as an American.
It's weird.
What are we doing?
Because I'm like, what? I mean, if you're gonna have one come up there, then are you gonna have like all the denominations?
Where the Satanists at? There might be. Look, Amber Rose is atheist. Can they get up there and pray to their imaginary God or a lack thereof God? Can they get on stage and say, hey, God doesn't exist, but you guys need to go vote for Trump? Is everybody going to get on stage and say what they think? Like, are we just going to open Pandora's box? She is atheist.
I didn't know that.
She's atheist. She don't even believe there is a God.
I didn't know anything about that. I don't know anything about her religious affiliation, but let's cleanse our soul with a Christian prayer from Pastor James.
I pled the blood of Jesus before this bitch prayed. Before you press play, I said a prayer because I don't know what she's saying.
Before
she put a whole hex on all of us.
Sure
I could
did.
tell.
She put a curse on all of us.
I'm just gonna play it. I won't play his whole prayer, but I will because I want to see how people are with this prayer. Let me just see.
Well, why didn't?
It's a great pleasure to be here. Great pleasure to see President Donald Trump safe. And if I may, before the benediction, give you this promise. You're going to be so blessed. Being blessed. I guarantee you're going to be tired of being blessed. I guarantee it. Believe me. Let us pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Almighty God, you have given us this good land as our heritage. Grant that we remember your generosity and constantly do your will. Bless our land with honest industry, truthful education, and an honorable way of life. Save us from violence, discord, and confusion, from pride and arrogance, and from every evil course of action. We give thanks to you for keeping President Trump safe. We pray for the families of those affected by the demonic violence at the rally on Saturday. And we pray you would send your holy angels to guard and keep President Trump from all harm and danger. Grant that we who came from many nations with many different languages may become a united people. Support us in defending our liberties, and give those to whom we have entrusted the authority of government the spirit and wisdom that there may be justice and peace in our land. When times are prosperous, may our hearts be thankful. And in troubled times, do not let our trust in you fail. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
All right.
Hey, man. The sheikhs are about to come out. All the Punjabs and the Indians. The White House is going to be smelling like curry.
Red pit
And
finna be pissed.
American tradition is about to go bye-bye, man. It's about to be a whole, literally melting pot of a bunch of different traditions and values we start seeing at the White House. And Trump's the best option, but I'm not. I'm going to stay grounded in what I know to be true. And this country is not going to last. It's not. The country as we know is America's going to fall. It is. That scares me. What we just saw scares the living shit out of me. Because that's never been done. Shit, were we going to have a Muslim next year? I mean, the next 4 years? If the VP has a freaking... What if one of the VP marries an atheist? Are we going to allow atheists to get up there and speak and represent, and maybe they can bring some of those people over? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
It's too much accepting for me.
It's inclusion, bro. I believe inclusivity is evil. I don't think there's anything good behind it.
I don't like including either. Including and adding and accepting. That's why we fucked up now. That's why we're fucked up now.
Every empire's fall at some point. Oh, it's gonna fall. We will replace you. I don't know who Cynthia G is, but I'm not a foundational Black American. I don't know what that is either.
And
I got called evil for saying everybody shouldn't be included.
Who is? I want you to get your. I want her to come up here so bad, and I want you to turn your camera on, because you're talking a lot of big shit. What do you look like? I didn't mean to cut you off, Marlandon, but like, I'm ready to square up. I ain't never been ready to fight someone on the internet, but you're just talking way too much shit for me.
They remind me of how I feel about Corey.
I want a two-piece you. You need to come up.
Who's Corey?
Antifa Corey.
Yeah, I can't stand Corey.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to kick Corey off, man. He was
I blocked him a long time. I blocked him a long time ago because he wouldn't stay out of my inbox.
Corey is this.
Corey
is a horrible human being, in my personal opinion. If we want to call someone horrible, you ain't got to call Amber Rose horrible. See, I just gave her some credit.
When he came up on your, I think it was like on the show you did on the day Trump got shot.
Yeah.
That's the first time I actually ever saw him like outside of his picture.
You saw his Mr. Egg gums, the big horse gums.
Oh god.
Lord.
Oh man, who is this William Clinton? I don't know. That's somebody who always comes through and says some funny stuff.
I don't think she's gonna come up. I don't think she has the
Well,
guts
if you're
to.
not gonna come up, I'm gonna go do me. Shoot, you're pissing me off.
William says I'm about to turn independent. Yeah, probably.
She's been trying to convince herself she's conservative, and then when conservatives act like conservatives, she's shocked. I'm like, but I thought you were a conservative.
I do. I have, like I said, I think what did you call you? You gave me the proper.
You're a moderate.
A moderate. Yeah.
That is who Trump is going for this go round. And moderates, man, you guys are gonna fuck shit up.
At first, I had been trying to figure out who I was. I didn't know what I was at first, based on what I support and don't support.
Mm-hmm.
Like, white America can tell you where you came from. African. You're darker than me, but want to disclaim African. I'm self-hating.
Lord.
Dustiana.
Like
what? Because I don't like change, bro. I don't like it. Change is never good. It's never good. Like I'm talking about with the way everything's been accepted now. That's what I mean by change. It's not good. Nothing is good about this change and progress, quote unquote, that they want to call it.
Yeah.
Ain't shit good about it. That's what made me hate change. Is what I'm saying.
You know what's crazy? And I'm sure Suni will laugh at me and she'll be like, "Oh, you're such an eternal like optimist." And I know I'm going to say this again. I am not the perfect Christian ever, never have, never will claim to be. But I have so much faith in God that nothing really like upsets me. Like when Suni said our world is like never going to be the same. I hope that doesn't happen, like actually come to fruition. But you know, it's a possibility. It's a possibility, right? That it could, I'm saying like in our lifetime. But I have so much faith in God that I just live my life like, I don't know. I am observant of things. I have opinions about things, but I don't get bothered to the extent that some people do about things. And when I say I don't get bothered, it's not that it doesn't upset me or disappoint me, but it's definitely not ruining my mood. It's not.
You better than me, because certain stuff that I see, I be disgusted by. Like, is this really life? Is this really reality? Like, what the hell?
There's definitely some stuff that like makes me think that. Yeah. Like I do think that sometimes. Of course I do, because I'm human. But I don't get like I don't get like I guess down in the dumps about it and say like, oh God, this is the end. I don't like to think about that.
Social issues as well on how people think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know when I talk to people who are much, much older than us, they went through these same emotions as they watched the world change, you know, when they were our age, and they saw, you know, like the feminist movement, you know, the what was it, the peace and love and all this other stuff that came in and all the things that happened, the Kennedy shooting. They thought all those things when they were going through it as well. So I always keep that in mind, right? Like to us, it seems, and it's 10 times worse for us because we have this constant scroll all the time telling us of all the negative things in the world. Like how different would it be if that scroll was like actually giving us some type of positivity, but it doesn't.
And then being one of the few in my family that hate change is hard. It's hard.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because I'm not finna accept that it's more than two genders. I'm not finna accept that you can now take a child out because you don't want it. I'm not finna accept the fact that racism is this and this and that and this and this and that. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I really don't. And I get wronged for saying that. But it's like, what the fuck? We've been crying about it for years, and what that changed positively. What that changed?
Yeah.
I want to know.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't depend on social media to give me the positivity I need.
No, I don't either, but I'm just saying.
And you know what? Like, I want to also touch on something we didn't touch on because it was like the whole unity message. Suni and I talked about like how the news was like portraying this, like it's about unity. And Biden was like, we need to unify, we need to come together. That whole message, as positive of a person as I am, I did not trust coming from them. And then when I saw Trump even make a post and he used the word unity, and then Melania wrote a letter and she used the word unify, I was like, whoa, this is weird. Right. But for me, in my mind, I was like, okay, Monique, you can either like sit here and look into it and be like, oh God, this is real sus, because we all know the media uses keywords to like brainwash us. But when I heard the word unity and I thought about it some more, I was like, the way I'm going to unify is with those friends and family members that, you know, a couple years back cut ties with because of my political beliefs. And I'm either going to have a discussion with them or I'm going to, you know, forgive anything they said or did against me and move on past it, right? So I thought about unity in that sense, like to unify my spirit a little bit better. But no, I ain't gonna unify with people that hate us and want us dead. Absolutely not.
I just feel like unity is an illusion. Like I really do.
It is. It's fake. There is no such thing as unity. This America's too diverse. They're lying. There is no such thing as unity. So I'm gonna cease to interact with you because you're a part of a weird group and all of you are mentally ill. And I just went to your YouTube and you look like a tranny. So I'm not even gonna dignify you, whatever the fuck you are, with a response.
So that's a trans Christian
Ethiopian Jew.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. There's too much.
And they got the nerve to have the Star of David up there. An atheist LGBTQ activist, Afro Dan Ethiopian Eritrean mixed boy. Judeo.
Well, I want to see the video. Let me see a video.
Judeo-Christian, born and raised in Catholic school in Copenhagen life. Mission to discharge penal code and demolish anti-gay bills of African Christian states. Anti-gay bills and penal code law establish anti-Black lives genocidal laws. It's one big run-on sentence. What the fuck are you saying? To push Africans out of their own homeland into the better male group's secular Western patriarchy. So you're against a patriarchy, which means you're against natural structures.
Did he say
just
they
men
always
leading?
bullied him for being pretty? What the fuck?
Black heterosexual
Ugly.
colonized males were never fit and born to lead Black human resource of Africa with their self-hating colonized religious white lusting pathology and psychology. Black male athletes and entertainers in white Western nations accept anything wrapped in whiteness. These expendable colonized African tether class immigrants can only live side by side peacefully with Caucasian white privilege LGBTQ lives, because whiteness is what colonized Muslim male groups and Black male fetishizing globally, especially Danish Muslim residents, is weak for white love. What in the action? That was mental illness in a freaking summary. What? You want to watch a video, Mo?
Actually, I'm looking at all of his videos and they have music on them. So if you want to like mute it, because
never
it has-
mind. So
Yeah.
this thing is not talking. He's not talking in any of them, right?
No. He's just like moving to music.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing really like inappropriate that I saw.
I be
I
shit
didn't.
gay.
I was watching the shorts. Oh, the wig. Why does this remind me of like Silence of the Lambs?
This motherfucker's psycho. You play in hair and makeup. Yeah, weird. Listen, you don't want to talk to me.
I mean, there's only, I mean, to be honest, he only has 22 viewers. He's not really like reaching anybody.
Yeah, you guys are freaks. We'll just leave it at that.
See, but like what I don't understand is like I'm curious to know, like, how did you find us?
I'm curious to know how you're LGBTQ, but then you're using the LGBTQ as an insult to me. You just called me trans.
Yeah.
You're talking about whites colonizing, but you're making fun of the fact that I'm dark skinned. You're like all discombobulated. This is why I'm saying you guys are freaks of nature. And I'm not nice to trans or gays, bro. Especially disrespectful pieces of shit like this. This is when you get called the F slur. This is when I say that you need to be dropped on an island because your kind would cease to exist without people like me procreating. Like, this is why.
They need to be in the hottest port of hell. They're a disgrace to society.
So here's like my nice girl take on it.
Yeah, I know you. Go ahead. Be nice.
Here's my nice. Well, I'm speaking to Nagoose. Nagoose, I'm speaking to you.
Lord.
Okay. I get you're trans. You like to play in makeup. You like to put wigs on. You like to play dress up. Okay. From my standpoint, like nobody really cares but you. You know what I mean? So like from my standpoint is why do you come over here to like insult people if you love yourself so much that you created a YouTube channel of videos of you just like staring into the camera? Like, why did you come over here to like intentionally be mean? I don't understand all that. But yet you want people to be accepting and nice to you. Like, just stay with your people. Stay with the people that do what you do and love you for who you are. But like, why come over here? Like, you already know what it's going to be coming over here. You're dealing with people who don't agree with your lifestyle, who don't really appreciate anything you're saying. Are you so mentally like just down on yourself that you actually are seeking out mean people to like reaffirm how you actually feel about yourself?
Yes.
And want
Look at
everybody
this
else to be miserable
person.
with them.
Look. Filters on top of filters. You got baby dolls in the background. Bruh.
It's wigs. It's the wigs.
You just said you're the I'm the better version of Suni the middle child. I'm glad I got a fan. And it's SOONIE, not SONNIE. If you're gonna spell my name, bitch, make sure you spell it right. Oh my gosh. See, Mo, this is what I'm talking about. You can't be nice to these people. You can't. You see how all I'm sitting here is expressing my opinion. I haven't attacked anybody. I'm expressing what I think, and they can't handle it.
This is what I'm trying to say, right? Like, this guy will be like, oh, this girl was being mean to me. She was saying terrible things. But you came over here. Like, we weren't checking for you, boo. Okay, we weren't typing in Nagoose, Afro, Dane, Doll, or whatever the hell your name is, looking for you. Like, you came over here. This is what I'm trying to say. But then you're going to turn around and call, Suni all kinds of names and get mad because she's saying what she's saying about you. But you came over here for that. Like, why? I don't understand. I don't understand that. Like, that's what I'm trying to understand. And please tell your 22 friends, like, this is what people hate. It's not me personally. Okay. I don't hate that you choose to be gay. Like, as long as you keep it to yourself, you can play dress up in your house, do it all day long. I don't care. But you come over here and you're nasty. Why are you nasty? And then you're going to come over here and tell two real biological women how we should be when you're a man?
Cage's 2024 and Deontay voice.
Look at that 5 o'clock shadow. Strong ass jawline. That's why you so mad. You look like a man and you don't want to. Look at that. You are actually a very nice looking man. Why did you change that about yourself? Why do you hate yourself as a man? You are a very nice looking man.
Oh, he's on a filter. I thought he was really bald. See, like I think the
But
same
the
thing.
mustache is real though, right?
No, because it
Oh
goes
no, that
away.
disappeared too. Damn.
But see, like it's a man filter, so that looks good on you. Like I agree, you're not a bad looking guy. Like I
No.
wish you would come up here so I could ask you, like, why did you want to be a woman? Because I say this with love because I want you to understand. You look like a clown as a woman. You look like a clown as a woman. You look very nice. I think you're not a bad looking person as a man, but you look like I get that you're a man with very feminine features, so maybe that's why you felt like maybe you were born in the wrong body. But you're a man. Embrace it. Be a man. Don't call me a he. I can
You
call
are
you
a he.
whatever I want. You are a he. And you won't come up here to talk to us, so I'm going to call you whatever I want. You are a
Why you
he.
disable
You
the
are a
mics,
boy.
cuz?
You're a boy.
You are a boy, Damon.
You were
All
born
right.
with a penis. Don't hate your penis, Damon. Don't hate it. God gave it to you. Did I say Damon? Negoose.
You did.
Negoose. Negoose.
It was because I said it.
Embrace your penis.
Whew. I'm gonna subscribe to you just for the hell of it, bro. I need to see anytime you post, and I want the notification. You're welcome. I just gave you a follow.
Yeah.
I need to see every time you post, and then you got the American flag in the background. You're a goddamn retard.
And not from this country. That's wild. Do you okay? Negoose, do you live? Respect me. I'm a her. No, you're not. Okay, see, you need to tune into a couple more episodes because we don't play the pronoun game over here. No, you're not. You're not a her.
Bro. You're definitely
You're
not
a
a her.
her. We're
Pronouns aren't
hers
real.
because we literally developed we delivered babies out of our vaginal canal. They grew in our uterus. You don't have that. Okay. So that
Right.
makes you a he.
You don't got titties, you don't got ovaries, you don't have a cervix, you don't feed your children from your breast. I was about to get very vulgar. Bro, you guys are gonna see a different side of me.
Listen, embrace being a man, go to New York, start your modeling career as a man. You look like a good male
Yeah,
model.
you're not an ugly looking man. That's the thing. Is you're
Oh,
you're
this is-
like
Oh,
he's not coming up. Yeah,
I don't
he
have
can
the
sit back
energy.
there in the background.
I don't have the energy for you. Sit up in your freaking chair. You don't even have a shirt on. Oh, you make me sick sometimes. Like it just looks like you're being weird.
This is funny. I'm taking this. Yo, I am taking this. That is like the best insult I have ever read. With being nice. Go to the Middle East and you'll be a were. Bro. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Birdman. I'm gonna use that.
That's funny. Anyways, guys.
I mean, Mo, if you want to go, I'm about to go, but I want to see if this person responds. Like, I need one more response until I go before I go.
Negoose, so that I can go walk my dog. Like he's literally crossing his patas right now because he needs to shit. If you're gonna come up here, let me know now because don't keep me on a cliffhanger.
She wants to be here when you come up here.
I want to be here because I'm a safe space for you. Sooney's gonna tear you a new one. I'm gonna be honest. Sooney's gonna tear you a new one, and I can buffer this for you if you want to come up right now. But don't keep me waiting.
Come on, we'll help you with your followers. Come on up here.
Yeah, we'll help you with your followers if you come up here. You know, like you'll get a little bit of airtime.
Yeah, you are the help, though. You look like you live in squander.
I don't talk to the help. Oh.
You have 22 viewers. 22 viewers. 1 like. You're not even ratioing, bro. But I'm not going to beg. I don't like talking to faggots anyway. That's
Does
Mo's
he
lane.
have social media?
I don't know. We should check. Don't let me find you on Instagram. Then I'm really gonna go after you. After dealing with it may have no. Yeah, that's him.
No.
No, Instagram.
No. I don't see one
Negas.
unless
What's your Negas? What's your Instagram, Negas? Let me see. What's his name on here? Negas Afro Danny Doll. I'm telling you, these men hate women, bro. They can't stand women because they're not us. Afro. Can I find you on Instagram? No, I can't find you on here. I don't see any social media handles.
Did you Google that name?
No, I typed it in on Instagram. I wanted to see if something popped up. So you're not even like a real content creator. You're just here. When was the last time you posted? The last time you posted a video was a year ago.
May 20. Oh no, he joined in 2020.
July 2024. You got 14 views, bro.
He's gonna be like, "Don't call me bro."
Bro. Yeah. What the hell? Oh my Lord.
All right.
Everybody
well,
go give him a follow.
we
Help him
tried
with
to
his
be
subscribers.
inclusive and bring you on the show, but
Yeah.
have a good day, sir.
None of us want to be you. Yeah, you do. You want to be women.
You somebody give him a follow. Fuck him.
You wanna click, girl. You want a whole lot that we got. That's why y'all go through these surgeries and get these fake vaginas that have literally no feeling in them.
And that's weird. It's fuck.
How do you're like purposefully neutering yourself and taking away all the pleasure out of sex so that you can fake have sex like a woman? Like, is that not mental fucking illness?
It definitely is.
It's very sad. It's very sad.
Who does that?
It's sad.
Attaching dicks to yourself that don't work, putting titties and attaching. You can't feel nobody licking your nipple. Let's get into it. We want to talk. That is what y'all celebrate. Y'all celebrate who you fuck.
Y'all say I'm the wild one. Y'all say I'm the wild one. Sweetie up here talking about licking nipples.
Listen, bro. You don't feel no licking on your coochie. That's probably fake. You don't feel no licking on your titties. That's fake. You don't feel no pleasure or sensation down there. Bitch, you laying down, faking it. I don't gotta fake.
And them trying to
The
get
pleasure that I get from my husband is real. Okay?
Oh my God. This is like the most I've ever heard you talk sexual. This is great.
This is not even talking sexual. This is biology.
It's truth.
Unless you still got the, the boy parts on there, you jerking off. You ain't even got no clit to play with. What the heck? Y'all gonna go there. Listen, this is how real women feel. You don't have none of the equipment, but you want to pretend to be what God made me. He made me this. I came into the world this way. You gotta put on a facade. It's crazy. I don't need, look, I got designer in the closet, honey. This is politics. You got a Chanel, probably some old ass Chanel shit that somebody gave you just sitting on your bookshelf because you feel good about having something that says Chanel there.
Oh,
what?
Sudi, you are
what?
funny.
Do you vacation every year? Have you ever traveled outside of which you live? What in the world? Thank you. They not like us. I'm about to quote Kendrick Lamar right now. You're mad because you're not us, bro. That's what it is. I got time today. All I gotta do is take my car to the shop and take my kids to the pool. It's about 12 o'clock. I got time today. And if you really want to go here, we could do it.
You're trying so hard to get him to come up here.
I'm trying to bait you. Go walk the dog. I'm pretty sure I'll be here when you get back. You ain't gonna miss nothing.
Signal, stop requesting. I just hangs up. You guys can't see, but you know the guy that always comes up here and he's like slouched down, looking real sus in his chair. Well, he's sitting, like we can see him in the green room in the background, and he's like sitting in his chair, slouched down with no shirt on. He knows that I hate when he's sitting like that. Like, first of all, put a shirt on and sit up straight. But we're still not gonna let you on because I'm not up for the argument today.
She said, sit up. Sit up. Quit slouching in that chair.
Yes. It's so disrespectful to come on a live with no shirt on.
He'd be
Nobody
like this.
wants to see all that. Yes, that's what he is, dude. No, it's even worse. Like he's got like his hands out at the bottom. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. Like we've been traumatized. Okay, people don't know what we see in this green room sometimes. Okay,
Yeah, people.
We'll just be talking and then
shit, bro.
a dick just pops up. You
Dick
know what I mean?
pops
Like,
whoa.
Yo,
yeah.
Okay. I think I hurt your feelings enough because the only thing you can do is say a black woman gave you life. So now that you know that you're not a woman and you won't be referred to as her over here because you're a full grown man, I'm sure with the dick and balls still attached to you. Are you done? It's no fun if you don't come up here and we need a fair fight. That is your husband. What is my husband? Girl, my husband's at work. What's your husband
You said
do?
girl. You got girl. My husband's at work.
Yeah, we gonna listen. You want to meet me with feminine energy? I promise you I could do it better than you. Women are catty. All right? We're petty.
It's hell. Like, y'all, oh, God.
You can't do it like we do it, bro. Y'all try, and it's like this fake pseudo sense of like feminine cattiness. You know what I'm saying? The way gay men try to do it. The way they do it is like, I'm going to call you ugly. Okay. I'm going to say your skin is dark. And how do we do it? I'm going to say you ain't got a real pussy. How about that?
Lord.
You ain't got titties. How about that? You got to go to the doctor to get them shits put on. I was born with them. I have mosquito bites. Did you?
He came from the most conquered, defeated male group. You are not a king if you've been on.
Too bad my
slaves.
husband's biracial.
What are you talking about? What is he talking about? It's like he's having a conversation with himself. We sold your ancestors because they're weak. There you have it. Breaking news from Africa.
Finally, somebody admits the truth. It was the Africans that sold y'all niggas into slavery. It wasn't white people. You might just be all right around here if you believe that. I got to give you kudos for that. You took a W with that one. I like that.
Negus, tell us where the slave ships are. Tell us where the slave ships are. Nobody found a slave ship yet. Okay.
How many slaves was actually sold? Because you like, come on, y'all sold us. So how many y'all actually sold? Birdman said, yes, it's not my fault anymore.
Dude, we just literally broke a story on Somewhere in the Middle. We just absolved white people of slavery, okay? People of Western descent, Negus has absolved you of slavery.
My housemate looked like Cookie from Empire.
What is
Ruby
going
Rose
on?
have a Negroid housemaid in Interior too. Oh my God, bro.
What is going on right now?
She said, somebody pull up Taraji P. Henson.
Dude.
She said Taraji P. Henson is in her house as a housemaid.
Listen, I just need to hear his voice. That's going to just like complete my night. Is there any video on your page so we can hear your voice?
We want to hear your voice, bro. Cam up. Please. I'm about to drop this link one more again. And then I got to go.
But it's live to take a turn, bro. A major turn.
Listen, let's roast each other. I know y'all gays like roasting, bro. Come on, let's do it. I got a real pussy, you don't. Ooh. Sometimes I wish I was like Amber Rose, because I would get on here and fucking clap my cheeks and be like, you wish.
I know, right? Don't you wish right now we could show our tits?
Bro, I'm gonna flash my titties. Do you got these? Ain't no marks under my titties. They real. When I have the transition, then I will do live streams. Exactly. Because you're ashamed of what you look like.
Hey,
you're a man.
We can show our stretch marks from from being pregnant. That's what we can do. That's a little bit more PG.
Come on, man. Oh my gosh.
I have no Adam's apple. I can tell you that. I
didn't have to have it shaved down. Good Lord. When I have the transition, then I will do live streams. Okay, so you're afraid to come up here and show what you truly are. You are a man. You want to be called a woman. I don't care about I'm gonna bully you.
Actually, Negus, you should talk to us before you transition, before you make the mistake, because we actually interviewed somebody who transitioned and then detransitioned, and he regretted every second of it. So before you go through with it, you should come live with us. Like, we can save you. Like, there's hope for you.
I don't want to save you.
No, listen, there's hope for you because you're a decent looking man.
Hell no.
He don't want to be saved, don't save him.
A nurse? Oh, Lord.
I know you Duskies.
He finna fuck them patients' heads up.
What's crazy is if I lived where you lived, you would probably be my housemaid. You're a nurse, which means you work for somebody. Section 8. Who was on Section? Is anybody on this live on Section 8?
No.
I'm not.
What the hell are you talking about?
Hey, Negus, just for my ego, who do you like more, me or Suni? Just because I do this.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
Answer it, Negus.
Don't
you like
answer
me
that.
or you like Suni? Who do you like more? Clearly,
She
it's
likes
me.
you because you're light skinned. She already said it.
Oh, because I'm light skinned? I thought it was because I was feminine.
You're light skinned.
Okay, say why you like me better. Is it because I'm light skinned?
No, it's because you delusional like he is.
Oh my God. Marlene, what makes you think you can come on this show and insult me?
I've been calling you delusional mode.
That's just rude. Dang.
Wait a minute. It's all right. You know, I honestly don't know what I do that is so masculine. I've been trying to figure it out. I asked my husband the other day. I was like, am I masculine? He's like, no. Why would you ask that? And I'm like, because this is what everyone says.
I think
Hispanic
you're a tomboy.
is
I think
hardworking.
you're a tomboy.
What is that? Apparently that's masculine.
No, like a tomboy. I mean, no, I wouldn't say masculine. I would say tomboy because you are tomboyish. Like you wear athletic. Like in my mind, any girl who's like more like athletic, they're tomboy. Nobody would ever call me tomboy. I am a girl. Like through and
But I'm
through.
a girl too. This is what I mean.
No,
Like,
you are
I'm
you
a
are
girl.
a girl, but I'm like a girly girl. Like everything I do is based in being a girl. The way I dress, the way I act, everything.
She is discreet, lesbian, or bisexual. There is nothing about a woman that I am interested in, though. Like I think that is gross.
Why does he call me Hispanic? Like I'm just like nobody.
I don't know.
My name is Monique. I'm a discreet lesbian.
Remy Ma? No, me. I'm not lesbian though, or bisexual.
You give me young Ma vibes.
Young MA. There's nothing about me that looks like her.
Oh, young MA. I don't even know who that is.
I just want to understand why people say this. How can one give off lesbian vibes? What does that even mean? Is it because I'm in a bucket hat and a t-shirt with some jeans and some sneakers? Do I have to be like up in here with my titties poked out and makeup on blast, eyebrows that are not mine, eyelashes that are not mine? Like, is that what I need to do? Do I need to put color on my lips that are not natural to my face?
Listen, I've been
Please
around
don't.
lesbians. I've been around a lot of lesbians, and lesbians give off like pure dude energy. You know how dudes are like with girls, like they're like, I don't know, they're just like, you know, they're masculine towards them. Like lesbians are the same way. It's the weirdest thing. Like you literally feel like you're in the presence of a guy. Like the way
You
they
call
treat
women bruh. That's because of where I'm from.
Yeah.
It's a common phrase to say bro, bruh, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
she don't mean no harm.
Huh?
Everybody get called bruh every now and again.
Oh, I don't think I'm ugly. Listen, I'm actually very, and I talked to Mo about this 2 years ago. I seen a picture of myself and I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize this is what I looked like. And she was like, oh, I'm going to cry.
Yeah. When you said that to me, I was like, that's kind of a sad thing to say.
Well, I don't know. I just never really, I used to think if you think that highly of yourself, then you're like stuck up. I never thought you were supposed to think like, hey, I know I'm pretty. It's just, it is what it is. But no, these last couple of years, I look at myself, right? And then I pay attention to how my husband responds to me. And
That's
I
all
look
that
at how
matters.
other people interact with me. And I know I'm not ugly in the slightest. What I don't understand is how you can be labeled a lesbian for being sporty. This is how I've been my whole life. I do not enjoy wearing dresses and heels. It is not comfortable. I don't.
And plus, with you been wearing that, you will look so awkward and different with
I
that
would look
on.
odd if
You
people
would,
saw
'cause
me like that. They'd be
you
like,
wouldn't.
what the
Yeah.
heck?
Well, because it's just not natural for you to do that. Like you would not be able. You would look so bad.
And you straightening your hair and getting braids and
Sweetie,
stuff.
I remember one time you showed me a picture one time of you. I think it was you and Kyle, like in high school, like you were at a dance or something like that. You were like posed for a picture.
In prom, yeah.
Yeah, and you were like in a dress, and like, yeah, you looked cute, but I was like, I could just tell you were so uncomfortable in that dress. Like, you just
Yes.
like, I can't wait to take this off and put
I
on some
cannot wait to
shorts.
take it off. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on. Sporty Spice, listen. All I'm gonna say is when I graduated and people saw me as I got older, you know those messages I clicked that come in? I was married at this time too. All the guys that didn't pay attention to me in high school, you know what they said? Bro, I had the biggest crush on you. So clearly, you don't have to really do too much as a woman. I used to run around in a hoodie and jeans and a t-shirt and basketball shoes 24/7.
And
you don't
see,
gotta do too much.
I was like the girliest girl, and I had no boys interested in me.
See what I mean?
No. Well, let me say this. There were boys that, like, after the fact, when I got, older or whatever, that they were like, oh my God, I had the biggest crush on you. But at the time, I would have never known that any boy was interested in me.
God.
Because I was
Basketball's
so...
a masculine sport now? What the fuck is up? How is basketball a masculine sport? I don't get it.
He plays badminton and does a little yoga.
Yoga?
Badminton?
I mean, you do yoga if you're going to do gymnastics. My daughters do yoga. I don't need to do yoga. Oh my gosh. I'm learning so much. This was normal for me. My father played basketball. My mother played basketball and ran track. My dad played a little bit of professional football. My entire family is in the sports arena and the fitness arena. What else would I have grown up to do if you really think about it? It would have been the military or sports.
He has a daughter.
Oh Lord. Hell, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I don't even want to talk no more.
So wait, you made it so you had sex with a woman as a man and produced a child? Is that what you're saying?
But that sounds like some Caitlyn Jenner shit.
Does your daughter have to call you mom now? I think I'm resting in my femininity very well though. So so you got a surrogate?
Well, if he's in another country, oh my God.
It's free in Denmark? Oh, you're child abuse. That is child abuse.
Rainbow family. So do you have more than one kid? Oh Lord. Are you letting your child just like grow up the gender they were born? Because you referred as the daughter. It really is a girl, right? Or you just like
what if it's a boy?
You relabeled in your head?
Excuse me. Oh, Jesus.
High taxing, give it to us for free? What do you mean? They just give you a child?
I have a daughter with a white man. So you're a self-hating nigga.
Somebody needs to investigate that country.
So you're gay? You're gay. Because
I'm
you're a
done with y'all
man.
for the night.
Dude, do you understand? No, Nagoose, do you understand why this is so odd? Like why people struggle understanding this? Denmark surrogate laws for trans.
You know, I'm going to get transparent for a minute. You would have broken my spirit as a young girl because I hated the fact that I was dark. And I'm probably going to cry because it's emotional. I hated the fact that I was dark. I hated the fact that I had kinky curly hair. And I didn't appreciate for a long time what God gave me. But it's people like you who literally hate who they are and want to change who they are that make me appreciate what I was born as and how I was born. And I wish for you to love yourself because it's clear that you don't. We're sitting here playing, but you don't love yourself. You hate what God made you. And because you hate what God made you, you choose to go inflict that pain on other people because you're in pain. And that pain won't last always until you choose to love yourself and accept who you are. Because I'm sure before you decided to go change all these things, you were a decent person. I'm sure you were. And maybe you got bullied for being a little, bendy of the wrist. I know that's how I grew up. When you acted like that as like a boy, you got picked on by the other boys. It just wasn't normal. You don't do that. But I wish for you to love yourself because I used to hate me. I used to hate what I looked like in the mirror. And now I love me. So thank you.
Yeah. And you know what? P.S. We all felt that way at some point in our life. It's just we didn't change ourselves. There's nothing we could do about that.
I was gonna say that y'all didn't want to go and want to try to be men either.
Absolutely. Like I am what I am, I can't change anything that God gave me. And Nagoose, you can go get a surgery and change the outside and fool people, but you're always going to be a man. God made you a man. Nothing is going to work the way you want it to work, and it's going to make your life a living hell. So you're never going to fix your problem.
Cause we do it we both do it from the front. How the hell he gonna be going to the bed? Oh God.
Listen, man.
Oh God.
Just being honest, bro. It's people like you, man. I'm so glad that I grew up in the 90s and being a tomboy was just simply that, a little girl. Bro, I loved running around and playing. That's what it was. I loved running around and playing, but I'm so glad I grew up in the 90s where my mom didn't think too much of me being like so annoyed that I had to wear a dress. I hated wearing dresses. There were certain dresses that I like to wear, but my mom would pick the dressiest dress out of all of them. You know, those ugly ass green, the jackets and the skirts with the white fringe at the bottom. You know what I'm talking about? With the cute shoes and the little shoes that you put the latch on. You slide that fabric in.
Yeah.
Dude, I hated it. Wearing stockings. I would be in the church like ready to go flip around and run around and play in some dirt. And I'm glad that she let me do that. Because if I would have be growing up now, I would be just like Negus. And I would probably think that there's something wrong with me because I don't look like Mo. I don't have to look like her. I can be me. Women come in all shapes and sizes. I don't think they should come in plus sizes, but they do. Okay?
You don't think they should? Is that what you said?
Because it's not healthy.
No.
Hey, but you know what? No, but by definition, I'm considered plus size. By definition.
I can't tell.
Yeah,
you don't look like it at all.
I don't, but I'm saying like because I wear like a size 12 pant. Okay, like when if I put on jeans, I'm like a size 12 because your girl's got booty back here. Okay, your girl's got booty and she's got hips. So by definition, because I'm in a size 12 jean, I'm considered plus size, which I have no problem with. I don't really care because I used to be plus size, like I'm not now. But You know, I mean, Suni, I hated my hair for years. Like I can honestly say it wasn't until well into my adulthood that I
Yeah.
started to appreciate myself. Cause like I hated, like I used to look at other girls and I used to be like, why can't I be skinny like them? Why can't my hair be like them?
Yeah.
Why can't my face be like them? Like everything, I was so critical of myself because I got bullied. I got picked on, you know, I
Yeah.
wasn't like any other girl either. So
Never.
it happens to
Listen,
everybody.
I think everybody does go through it, and I think the people who I think you have to be a strong, like mentally strong as a woman in life because there's 1,000 different beauty standards being thrown at you.
Mhm.
There's men do have a certain type. Let's keep it real. Men lust after these women that are on social media. They do. They have to have a certain aesthetic. You know, a lot of men are coming out saying we like the natural look, but be honest, because when I was coming up, there was a certain type of light-skinned girl with long hair that every dude went for. Every single dude. If you were dark-skinned, you were perceived as ugly where I'm from, up north,
Burnt biscuits
Pennsylvania.
and
Anybody
all.
who's in Pennsylvania and you lived in that area, to be dark-skinned was disgusting. You're dark. Or I would hear this all the time. You are so beautiful for a dark-skinned girl. That created such a complex in me because I'm like, what does that even mean? And
Like
sometimes I
people
still
of
get
your
that.
own race would say that?
Yes.
That's
Heck
so
yeah.
crazy. Wow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion, light skins, in my opinion, I don't care what nobody say, are basic to me. You just light skin. What the fuck? You're light skin.
That's what I'm hearing now.
You're
What?
basic.
Wait a minute. Why are we getting into shaming skin colors?
No,
now?
it's not that. It's just the whole propping up one and put down the other. Like
He's saying like you're putting down this woman who's dark skinned because you're light skinned and you look
Yeah.
basic. Like
Yeah.
what are you
what
putting
is
her
it?
down for to lift yourself up for? I was teased because of my complexion. You from Philly, so you know what I'm talking about, bro. Pennsylvania, I don't know what it is. The women up there are so mean. If you don't
Really?
look a certain way, if you don't dress a certain way, if you don't hang out with the right crowd, they are so mean
So
and cliquish.
does the skin what is it, like the skin color shaming come more from like women to women, or do women do it to like does it come more from women? Because from what I
No,
hear,
it
it
comes more
seems like
from men.
really.
yeah, it came
Yes.
from us. Then it went to the women, such as, oh, he like me because of this. She too dark. She ugly. She look like a monkey, a gorilla. All of that. That's how they started.
It came from men. That's where I heard it from most of my life.
Do you get skin shamed, Merlandon?
No,
You never have?
no.
Hmm.
But
Do
yeah,
you prefer dark skin? Do you prefer a specific race?
yeah, dark skins,
You
sunny
like dark
color or
skin?
darker.
Me too.
It's just something about them.
That would be my preference. Listen, I think dark skin's
She said,
beautiful.
"Me too."
Me too. Me too. But you're talking to somebody who loves them all. Okay. Probably the only
Yeah.
race that I could never, I just haven't found one yet. Okay. Unless they're
Yeah.
mixed with something else, is Asian.
Asian. Yeah.
Yeah. I can never get with the Asian like look.
Black
there's-
people give career to girls who change themselves. That's true. The black women, and this is why I say the beauty standards will have you looking like, what's her name? Kendall? Is that her name?
Kendall-
Kylie.
Oh, Kylie. Yeah.
Kylie Jenner's.
If you put her face next to Alato's face, next to the what's her name? The Kyle sister. I can't remember her first name. Her, Trina. If you put all these women and you stack them up to her, they all look like variations of this one white woman.
Yeah.
They all
Well,
want to look alike.
Look at Beyonce now. She's turned into a full white woman at this point.
Yeah, and people got the nerve to say she just light skinned. She was not that light before.
No, she wasn't, right?
No, she wasn't.
It's crazy.
Look, I love Kylie. Kylie is pretty. I have the same amount of lip fillers in mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that I didn't change myself and I didn't cut my face up. I'm so happy.
Cause you gotta think all that play in the Botox, the lip fillers, the BBLs,
and they're dying because of it.
Yeah, cosmetic surgery, that's dangerous.
Yeah,
like you're opting into a major surgery so you can alter what you look like because you don't love yourself,
and because they want to look like
very
something that
sad.
ain't even real.
That's so sad.
And the other thing is like the psyche of somebody that even contemplates that, right? Like for instance,
Yeah.
like I don't like my ankles. Okay, like I have cankles. I have Latina ankles. They're not dainty. Like Suni has like skinny ankles. I wish. Okay, like it never once occurred to me. Like I wonder if there's a surgery to fix that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just
Man.
and even like the skin, right, that I have left over from losing so much weight. Even
Yeah.
that, like there is a surgery to get that removed and I just don't cuz I'm just like it's a reminder to me like of how far I've come, you know?
Yeah.
And the
crazy.
thing, and the thing is, what I was always told is that once you go get surgery one time, you're gonna want to go back again and again and again and again.
Yeah, because you got to now start tweaking everything because you can't get this done and then the other part doesn't look like it matches you, right?
Yeah. Disproportionate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eyes don't match at all.
Like Kim Kardashian, I saw on her channel, she's doing these like workouts now, like where she has these like electrodes attached to her thighs because she's trying to make her thighs bigger because she's probably received so much feedback that her ass don't match the thighs.
Mm-hmm. These are, man, look at these comments, bro. This is so hateful.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that I'm sorry that you have such low self-esteem, Negus. I really am. I pray for you. I pray that you wake up before it's too late, before you go get a surgery and change it all.
Hey, by the way, my husband actually looks like Albie Shore and Chris Brown. So I don't know what you mean by that. My husband is rather attractive. I am atheist. Well,
I mean,
hopefully everybody enjoyed that transparent moment. And if anybody else relates to that, love yourself. Seriously. Love every part of yourself and cherish it because you've only given one life. You're only given one body, one face, and that's what you're born with. Love it. Because when you love you, it exudes on the outside. That confidence, that's what draws people in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes people want to be around you. That's why, look, that's what I get told all the time. Dude, I love your honesty. I'm glad I know what I'm getting right here up front with you. And people want to be around you. Of course, he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't, and that's okay. Because we all have a come to Jesus moment. Kind of like Amber Rose, which we will see if it actually sticks. If she has her come to Jesus moment and she's absolutely serious, okay. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm going to sit back and watch. I love being a woman. Talk to Amber.
Being a woman.
Go ahead.
Being a woman comes with too much. I don't see how people want to be women. That comes with too much for me.
It sucks being a woman. People are mean to you. They make you hate what you look like. You feel the need to change yourself. You feel like there's only one way, especially when I was coming up, there's only one way to attract a guy. Dude, if you didn't want to have sex with a dude, you're a prude.
You know what? I would love for just like a day to be a guy where you only have like 2 tabs open. What am I going to eat? And like, what am I doing in the next 5 minutes? That's like how far guys think out. Girls are like, oh my God, I got to think about next week. I got to think about next month. I got to think about what this person, what kid is doing what, the husband, the food. We have so many tabs open all the time up until the point we go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Whereas like, I know men that literally can sit on the couch and just watch TV. Do you understand? Like, if I sit on the couch and watch TV, I am thinking about other things.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Or you're like, oh, I got a notification. Let me see. Oh, let me respond to this. Oh man, I think I want to go grocery shopping. Oh, I need to go clean the bathroom. Let me go fix this here. I got a load of laundry. And then by the time you go sit back down at your show, 45 minutes has passed and you've missed the entire episode.
Yeah.
There is no just sitting down.
It's crazy. And then I'm thinking about it like nobody told me that like, and I love doing it, thank God, but nobody told me that like when you get married and you have kids, like for the rest of your life, you have to cook all these people 3 meals a day every day.
And clean their dishes and their dirty clothes.
All they did was talk about the white dress, the ring, you know, like all this other stuff. Like nobody mentioned all this. You got to get up and cook breakfast. You got to pack lunches. You got to make, you know what I mean?
Speaking of that,
do it all over again, over and over.
Over and over, every day.
Speaking of that, even though Bryson and Shakuna don't got kids, they stood up and said everybody ready for the wedding, but ain't ready for marriage.
Yeah.
Say that. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Everybody's ready for the wedding.
Even though Bryson and Shakuna don't have no kids just yet, they stood up and said everybody ready for the wedding, but ain't ready for marriage.
Yeah, bro. Marriage is hard.
Yeah.
Marriage is hard.
And you really can't prepare for marriage.
Oh my God.
What?
Remember that show we did when I said I think the red pill is going to eventually convince men to get with trans men? And we brought up Miss Netta. Look what this thing just said.
Yeah.
Black men don't have to worry about paying child support to us trans. Less headache. They want us over you.
No,
more
the
sexy
fuck
times.
Dang.
What the fuck?
Bro, I'm telling you, America's going to hell in a handbasket, and these foreigners know it. The passport bros are going out to get the trannies, y'all. They're not seeking women. They're going to get trannies.
No, that's
That's
disgusting.
crazy.
This has been a very entertaining show.
And the thing is, like, my thing is, I hate when people say everybody ain't religious when you bring that up about that, how that's not normal. You don't have to be religious to know common sense. Two of the same sex don't go together. It don't.
Dang.
And then it come with dealing with the same sex come with all type of diseases like AIDS and HIV. That's the reason why. That's the thing anyway, because of gay people. It is. They are responsible for AIDS and HIV.
What is going on?
This is not like
Niggas. You know why you know how men want it? Because
you're a man.
Since you gave us the slavery tip, I thought I'd throw one your way.
Woo! We understand the male psychology because you are a male. What? You're acting like you're some hybrid being that was born in some alien body that came down here and the Lord just bestowed upon you the understanding of what men want. You know what they want because Mo just said it. You're a dude. Listen, you're a dude who wants to be a chick.
When are you getting your surgery? I need to know how soon we can talk to you. He just said no.
God.
Oh,
like,
God.
dealing with
Jealous,
the same
we
sex
know
don't go
how men
together.
want it. What the fuck is we, bitch? You are them. Paris Milan and Talk with Yanni taught me what they want. What?
What?
Who is Paris Milan? Hold on.
Is Yanni the name your parents gave you when you were born a boy?
Paris Milan.
So you talk to Yanni? You have a conversation?
Oh my God. Oh Lord.
I follow
Lord.
Project Chanel too. What are you talking about? Dude, this guy is like all of a sudden like he'll be making sense and then he just starts like going off in a direction like he's having a whole different conversation.
Oh my God.
I'm so confused.
Well, I found the person that this thing watches.
Hell, he confused. He don't know if he don't want to be a man or a woman.
Monkeypox. I follow Cry's logic. Oh God.
What's that?
Oh, that I remember interacting with that person, Chris Logic. Oh my God. Okay. Maybe that's where you came by here.
I follow what? Tanya TKO. What is that? Negro Rid female creator who speaks about Black American men psychology.
Yeah.
I pay for Cynthia
And then
G
she
on
follows Cynthia G. Cynthia G
Who's
is
that?
she's the wannabe female Kevin Samuels.
Oh. Nagoose, are you subscribed to our channel so you can come back next week? Because we just can't with you tonight. Like, you're not going to come on. Marlon said, "Oh Lord."
Y'all trying to get him on
Self-love. This is you're watching single bitter ass women. You're not even watching people who are married with families. You're watching bitter bitches, bro. Yeah. Tanya TKO is a bitter bitch. I've watched her videos before. Sometimes she says things that make sense, and then other times you're just like, oh Lord, why did I even bother listening to her? She's one of those self-love gurus.
Nagoose, what channel are you watching from? Are you watching from somewhere in the middle, or YouTube, or Facebook? Where are you watching from? Because I'm curious. Like, if he came over from my channel, that would make sense.
Of course.
Not that I'm flattered, but
you flattered.
No.
Yep.
It's just my content would warrant it. I don't listen to married women in 50-50. What does that mean?
Oh no. I don't do 50-50, bae. My husband foots the bill in his house.
Who's this on the screen?
This is one of the Adonai sent me here. Who is that?
Oh.
Adonai?
Adonai sent me there? Who the hell's Adonai?
I don't know. I did see the prophetic message. But I don't know how. In order for it to be prophetic, it means that he has to be president. And as far as I'm concerned, he's not president yet, so I can't say that a prophecy was fulfilled.
Dude, that was a weird thing.
You saw that?
Yeah. It was weird.
I'm like,
I am
our Jewish. Oh, God sent you here. Okay. Well, you just said you were an atheist.
Okay.
So, and then you back to being Jewish. It don't make any sense.
And if God sent you here, maybe you need to listen to what we're telling you. Don't get the sex change.
Yeah.
Maybe
Keep your dick
and
and balls.
We're meant to speak to you.
Keep them. Your bits and kibbles, don't go chop them off.
Yeah.
You need that. That's the only way you're going to get pleasure. Like we listen, I'm gonna say this and then I gotta go. You don't have a clit or a G-spot. Okay? And those two things combined together with sex with a man feels like heaven. And you will never be able to experience that. So I don't even know what we're talking about. You're a very unhappy, miserable man that wants to chop off his privates to be something that he's not for this like fake artificial vagina, bro. There's no nerves attached there. You're damaging all the nerves down there. In fact,
they already pushing AI.
Listen,
we need no
I
more.
don't really care if you go get a sex change or not. I think you're a reprobate and it's too far gone for you. I think Satan has already won your mind over. So in hell you shall lift your eyes as far as I'm concerned. But Mo wants she wants to talk to you. I'm just going to be an asshole. I don't even think that would be a productive conversation because we're just going to throw insults back and forth all day.
Yeah, I just have questions. I'm a curious person by nature, so I'll let Suni insult you and I have questions. I'm
I'll
nosy.
check it out.
I need to know. Okay, I want to know what you know about the men, honey. Okay.
I
if you
just,
guys
you know,
don't-
bro,
got
this is a trump card, Mo. I got a clit and a G spot. Shut the fuck up talking to me. I create babies. I house minors. I got a whole uterus. I have a period, girl. A period. You don't even have cramps. Your titties ain't tender when it's around the time of the month, bro. It's like, stop it. Stop it. I'm a whole soldier out here, okay? My ovaries twisted, and I took that shit like a champ and went down, Frazier, in the grass.
And the thing is, women be explaining all that to me, and men still be trying to beat him. That's the crazy part. Who wants to go through all that? Because I don't.
Man.
I don't.
Thank you guys for watching. We've been on here longer than expected. I was supposed to be gone an hour ago.
Yeah, an hour turned into 3 hours.
I had fun debating with Mo today. We didn't get spicy enough. We have to get spicy. You kept it mild.
No, because we talked. I'm telling you. Listen, when I go silent on you, just stay away. Like it's
okay.
because there's certain things going on in the political atmosphere that I don't even want to talk to you about, because I know you're calling me to talk about stuff. And I did I didn't want to do that. Like I wanted to save all of my stuff for you, and then like as the days passed, I like softened.
All right, you got to let me know. Stay away, and I'll be like, all right, okay, cool. I can't talk to her till the show.
I'm like, stay away. I want to fight with you. We're gonna have a fight on Tuesday. Okay, but let me ask you a question. Are we officially moving to 1 day a week?
We have to, yeah. It's getting closer to me moving. You got a lot of things coming up. So instead of it being a Tuesday, Friday show, we're going to scale it back to 1 day a week until I get settled, which will probably be towards the end of September.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to have any of my stuff.
Yeah.
Like all of my equipment is going to be coming over unless I pack all this with me, which I don't think I will be.
That's too much.
I won't be able to do a full show.
There may be times that I might come on here and do a show, but like don't depend on it. So just check the somewhere in the middle YouTube or Instagram page, and I'll post there if we do a show or if I do a show.
Facts. Oh my God. You can find Mandingo bodybuilder, black Latinos, and with old white husbands in Copenhagen. Prostitution is legal in Brazil. What the fuck is this person?
Is this the tips? This is the tips he's giving me?
I don't know. I like South America. It is there I got my first rhinoplasty. So he had a nose job.
Wow. Not the Mandingo.
Arranged marriage is not human trafficking.
Oh.
You're insufferable.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
All right.
Well, see you guys.
Bye. Bye, Merlandon.
Bye.
So when you're done getting high, it's over when the party's over. Where you going when the